up? Welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 490, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 54 and 47 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake. I don't care that the Red Sox lost 45-3 today.
Fuck 'em.
I don't care that they just lost a fucking series to the Colorado Rockies, who aren't even a real baseball team. I don't care that they've lost. I do care. But I don't care in this moment that the Red Sox have lost 5 out of 6 since the All-Star break. What I care about right now, what resounds to me, one more time, Jake. What is in my heart in this moment, tonight, Jake, what about tonight? Tonight is about my manager. Tonight is about Alex Cora. Tonight is about Dave Dombrowski saying, Alex, you're my guy. Tonight is about Chaim Bloom saying, Alex, you're my guy. And tonight, Jake, one more time. Tonight, Jake, is about Craig Breslow saying, Alex, you are my guy. For 3 more years, over $20 million, Alex Cora will remain the manager of the Boston Red Sox. Our manager, AC, Alex Cora. The only man for the job. There was one man for the job the whole time, the only man for the job, and he will continue to have this job. Right off the top, I would like to address the fact that I said that there was 0% chance that this was going to happen. Yeah, well, here's the fucking thing, right? Things change, right? You know, people change. Shit happens. And in this case, I saw one fucking idiot being like, never listen to Carabas again. He doesn't know shit about baseball and the Red Sox.
He brought us all into that, right? He's like, Tyler,
he's like, and
Steve,
by the
you
way,
guys all
Steve's an
suck.
idiot.
Yeah, Steve's a moron too. Well, I'm here. He blows.
He's like, just let Steve, you know, you're a fucking idiot too, dude. You're not escaping this one. He's like, well, I didn't even say anything about it. Here's the thing, right? Things change. And if you're going to sit here and ask me what changed specifically, I don't know. We're going to get into some of the comments that Alex Cora had after the news broke that he was signing this 3-year extension to stay with the Boston Red Sox. But I am going to double and triple down on what I said back in April. There was a point in time when I said it in April that the percentage that Alex Cora was going to stay here, it was 0%. It was 0%. Odds, as you can see now with the Red Sox playoff odds, they go up, they go down, they go back up again, they go down, they go lower. When we were in April, the odds that Alex Cora was returning as Red Sox manager were 0%. It wasn't until 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago, where Lil Birdie was like, hey, have you heard anything about an Alex Cora extension? And I was like, no, the last I heard was there's no chance that he's staying. Like, even if the Red Sox paid him $50 million a year, like he ain't coming back. So just move on and forget about it. Like, that's how adamant the conversations in April were in regards to people close to the situation. Like, when people are going, oh, you don't know shit. I know shit. I know. Just trust me on this one. The dialogue in April was fucking no chance in hell. They could build me a palace atop the highest mountain in Boston, paint the sidewalks gold, make me the president, not the mayor, the president of the city of Boston, Golden Key. Give me all the money. Nope, not coming back. That was the sentiment. But something changed. And if we're going to listen to Alex Cora's comments, which we will, we have the audio, you can read between the lines here. And it sounds like, and this is no surprise, if you know the man, he's family first. He's loyalty, he's family, and he's baseball. That's Alex Cora. And he tells you in these comments after the game today where the Red Sox lost 97-2, that he had conversations with his family, and his family was like, hey, we want to stay. Like, this is where we want to be. I mean, ultimately, it's your decision, Alex. It's your job. It's your career. But I think he's a family first guy. And if his family is like, no, we're comfortable here. We like it here. We love it here. Like, we have our best memories here. We grew up here, you know? And then I think you kind of have this come to Jesus moment where you're like, all right, fine. Then I guess we're not going anywhere. And I think that I'm paraphrasing, but it's almost verbatim. Didn't he say something like, this was more of like a personal decision than it was like a professional decision? Like he wasn't.
He used the word family. Like that was the main thing. He was like, it was family first when we were weighing it out, and then we went from there.
Yeah. So I tweeted out after I think Passan had it or John Heyman, whoever. It was kind of like a tag team effort there.
Passan got it going first.
Yeah,
Passan got it going.
Everything.
He had
and
momentum. Heyman had
vultured
details.
in. Heyman was the one though, and Buster only had some shit too. But I tweeted, if the Red Sox get an extension done with Alex Cora, I feel significantly better about the direction of the Boston Red Sox moving forward. He ain't putting up with how things have gone over the last few years. He could get a bag anywhere. So this is very, very encouraging. That's what I felt in that moment. I don't know if I feel the same way now, because when I'll play the sound for you. I'll play some of this sound for you, and you tell me what you think about the thought process and decision making.
Very happy. What this organization means to us is the world. You know, they trusted me from day one. I still remember that meeting at the Palace in New York with Dave of the group. They doubled down on me in 21 after everything that happened, and from 17, and we've been talking for a little bit here, and talking to Angelica, Camila. Just this is home for us. People can speculate whatever, and there were a lot of conversations in the off season, during the season, that this might happen or he wants to get paid, whatever. I just want to be happy and comfortable. And the boys are 7. Camila's going to graduate from college next year. Angelica loves the city. The support system that we have in the city and from people back home is very easy. And we put everything on the scale, right? And we decided that this is a great opportunity for us to keep growing as a family. Obviously, to keep growing as a manager. The baseball part of it, I feel very comfortable that where we at right now and where we're going is what I want. I've been talking to Craig for a little bit here, and there were 2 things that I wanted. I want to win, and I want security for my family, and we have accomplished both. And like I said, John, Tom, Linda, Sam, Mike, Craig, Haim, Dave, these people trusted me, and I'm glad. I'm a grateful kid from Caguas, Puerto Rico, and here I am.
So, I mean, he talks about winning. That definitely is part of it. We're joined by the Mick man, Coley Mick.
7 feet tall.
Cold
7
dog.
feet tall, can't teach that, bada boom, all that shit.
That's right.
Yeah. But he's mostly talking about family, his daughter, the twins, the boys, Angelica, his partner, and this is where we have our support. This is like, we wanted to achieve this financial comfortability. We did that. We want to be in a place where we're comfortable and feel supported. We did that. Boom, boom. Which is all great. Like, for Alex Cora, the human being, I think when you look at it from a Red Sox fan perspective, what you're waiting to hear is this ownership has promised me that we're going to go for it. Like the next 3 years that I'm here, like I signed up for it because, I have the backing of this organization 100%. And it's go time. Like it's time to get back to our winning ways. And I've been reassured by this ownership group that we're going to have all the support that we need to get back to the World Series. That's like the selfish fan in me. The human in me is very happy for Alex Cora, the human being, where he's taking care of his family. His family is in a place where they're comfortable and happy and where they prefer to be. I just, as the fan wants to hear like, well, what in this deal, what in this 3-year pact, this is great for you. What's in it for me? Like what's the promise from ownership that makes this an enticing job to keep beyond just your family's comfortable and you're financially compensated?
I think, to be fair to Alex Cora, though, when he was having these conversations, at the end of 2023, spring training 2024, he always said it was a family decision first and foremost. That was upfront what he was considering the heaviest thing out of it all. And that's why he wasn't willing to have these conversations at the time. They wanted to have these, convos back and forth as a group. I think that's where the winning thing comes into play here. And I don't think it's surprising to see, within 2 hours of this announcement, we get Craig Breslow's biggest comments yet, basically saying, hey, we're looking to buy, we're looking to add and improve to that team. That's the strongest words we've heard from a CBO for the Red Sox since 2021. Maybe you can go even earlier before that. But you think back to, 2022, it was really like trying not to upset the clubhouse and walk the middle. 2023 was, hey, we got to follow the North Star, right? Like those were the things. To me, for Alex Cora to bring up that winning point as well, and then you kind of look at the timeline here where roughly 5 weeks ago now is when the season flipped in Philly. I think those things all kind of align together, and Craig Breslow putting the pressure and flying to Colorado to get this deal done. It feels like there was a certain message kind of being sent before you got to the deadline, before you got to the stretch run. And I think there was some agreement here of, hey, are we aligned here? Do we see the vision? We've had enough time. And it feels like they are on the same page, which you couldn't really say for Cora and Heim ever, if we're being honest.
It was hard to know. We kind of had to guess with Cora and Heim. And then afterwards, it kind of seemed like they were less on the same page than maybe we even optimistic fans thought. Jared, I know what you're saying with like wanting that line, wanting that like, oh, there it is. There's the quote. Like we got him. Like he said exactly what we wanted him to say about what ownership is willing to commit. I just have a hard time thinking there's any chance that this deal happens if ownership and Breslow aren't telling Cora they're ready to add now. I just can't envision any scenario where he's going to sign this deal without that confirmation. So I don't necessarily need to hear it. Selfishly, it would have been great, but I'm not like looking at the comments expecting he's going to have like some bombshell line of like, and this is exactly who we're going to add. And John Henry
called me and he said the payroll next year is going to be $350 million. And after that, I was like, why wouldn't I come back?
That wasn't going to happen, right? That was going to happen. So like the fact that, we didn't hear a lot throughout the season intentionally, where he said in spring training, smartly, I'm not going to talk about the contract stuff. I think that's the right way to handle it. And then Breslow, who was still new, by the way, still getting used to everybody here, obviously has a little familiarity, but this is a whole new role for him. I didn't blame either side for saying what they said in spring training. I think they handled it fine. Like, it's like, all right, if a contract's not done now, we're not going to talk about it as the season's going on. So the fact that this deal gets done during the year shows me that, above everything else, the front office has told Cora they're ready to add.
I mean, I think what we really need to read into here and needs to be emphasized, something changed. Something changed from that spring training press conference where he was like, I'm at peace with whatever happens. Like, reading in between the lines, he was like, I don't give a fuck what happens.
He was ready to go.
Well, that's where you get the Devers.
I'm getting paid. I'm managing the team this year. After that, who gives a flying fuck? Like, I'm going to get paid somewhere. I'm going to be in a position where I'm good, and it is what it is. And from spring training to the first month of the season, the message was clear. He is not coming back. Like, they are not speaking the same language to each other. There is not a happy marriage happening right now. But that was at this point, May, June, July, 3 months ago. A lot can happen in 3 months, and a lot apparently did happen in 3 months. So,
and let's be honest about how he was handling a lot of the pressers. I feel like he was more blunt than ever talking about certain situations as if being a guy like, I don't really have to protect any future ground here. Like it felt like it was a newer version of him. It's like, guys, whatever. You guys clearly aren't going to add whatever. I'll be out of here. It's all good. Now it seems like, yeah, you're right. I would love to know what did change, because something did. Like it feels something in the narrative or discussions changed. Maybe
somebody
he realized
interjected.
Yeah, someone did something.
Was it John Henry? Was it Theo Epstein? Was it Craig Breslow? Because I do believe that his family saying we want to be here is enough for him to want to put any grudge or what's the word?
Pafalaboo
behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's something where he'd be like, all right, fine. If this is what you want, then this is what we'll have. But I think the best thing about Alex Cora signing this deal is that, for me personally, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if Alex Cora were to leave and go to the Dodgers or the Phillies or the Yankees or whoever, wherever he went, whoever came in here, it would not have felt the same. Like it wouldn't have been like as exciting when Teal and Meyer and Anthony and Campbell got here. And it's like, all right, now this next core is here. Like, let's fucking go. Because we don't like the next manager to come in. It's like, is this the guy that's going to be able to lead this very young and promising, but very young Red Sox core to a championship? Like, I feel way more confident in the future with these prospects that we're clearly depending on to be the reason why the Red Sox would win a World Series in the next half decade. I feel way more confident with Alex Cora being in the dugout than anybody else.
Well, it would have been Tech, and we know that.
I don't think that that's the case.
Obviously, it wouldn't have been Tech.
No.
That's just what everyone says every single time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And speaking on what changed, it has to be Breslow. Like, I think he just got here, and to Heim's credit, the first big move either of them did was sign Alex Cora. Like, that's what both of them did first. The only difference is Heim didn't have a manager. Breslow already had Cora and then re-signed him a few months later. But it had to have been him. We know he was running all of his, looking at the whole organization top to bottom. And I think looking forward, you've got the trade deadline, you've got the offseason. What a fucking hassle it would be to also try and find a new manager throughout all of that. I was a little shocked it didn't happen over the All-Star break if it was going to happen at all. Maybe they got close.
That's probably where they finalized it, right?
It seemed like Cora was surprised Breslow showed up in Colorado yesterday. He did not expect to see him. Like, they were trying to get this over the finish line. I think the timing really does make sense when you look at the deadline in a week. Like, why was Breslow being so aggressive to finish this right now? Couldn't wait till you came back to Boston?
I mean,
seems like you want to check this first.
The timing makes sense. But I mean, I told you, it went back to 2 Fridays ago where there were first rumblings about it. So that would have been what? The day that we flew to Texas for the All-Star game, the 12th?
Yeah.
So that was like the first that I caught wind of any rumblings of an extension being a thing. And I immediately was just like, nah, I don't know who you heard that from. I don't know who said that shit, but there's just no way, no how.
There was Cora texting you, and you're like,
yeah.
Nope.
No
See you later, bucko.
You do not know about this.
No way. But yeah, I was shocked at how quickly it came together. I was actually on the phone with Steve. Like, I was on the phone with Steve in the parking lot. We were talking about like Section 10 merch. And I was like, hey, Steve, I got a call. I got to take this. And he's like, all right, whatever. And I switch over, come bait's and then I open up I call Steve back. And I was like, I'm about to put something in the Section 10 group text. And he's like, oh, what's it going to be? And I was like, oh, it's good stuff. You should pull your phone up. And I was just like, Cora Extension, probably today. He's like, oh, shit. Like, I thought it was going to be like a Jameson Tyon or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
thought it was some rumors of a trade that really weren't going to get me going that much. It's a huge deal.
Cora Extension. And then we actually, Steve and I debated how many eyeball emojis I should tweet. I was like, we debated 1 or 2. And then I was like, well, if I tweet 4 eyeball emojis, then each eye spells out Alex Cora.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to read into that. People do kind of read into my cryptic tweets. But if I do 4 eyeball emoji eyeball emojis, then there are enough eyeballs to represent the number of letters in Alex Cora, and that's
Each
what
letter. Yep.
Yep. That's what we decided on. And listen,
I'm just laughing because the first reply was Paxton. I'm like, brother, it's a lot bigger than that.
No.
Hey, that's a lot of eyeballs for James Paxton. I would put out at least 8 to 9 sets of eyeballs for James Paxton.
Yeah.
That was
You just like him because he beat the Red Sox. That's why you like him.
Yeah. Step closer to selling.
Yeah, this guy wants to blow it up so bad. I'm shocked.
I gotta say, tough beat for Grimace, because remember we had Grimace as the next manager, so they had to give him that news. He didn't take it well at all.
No, he was flipping shit over at Citi Field. He was like, "Oh man, you know what? Beating the Yankees as the special assistant to the Mets general manager is fun, but it's gonna be way more fun as the Boston Red Sox manager." And Grimace, unfortunately, is out of a job.
I mean, he could still be next, and we tried to relay that to him, but you know how he gets.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the anger issues that he experiences. It's also when it gets hot out too, because Grimace is kind of
He's thick like
he's a
that.
cold weather guy.
He is a cold weather guy. Yeah, puffy nipples.
Classic.
Yeah,
He hates when you talk about him.
I know, but like it's part of it. You know,
It is.
It's part of his history. We gotta bring it up.
You know, like when you're trying to understand the method behind the madness, puffy nipples, you got to start there.
No, for sure.
It is certainly true. And in thinking about, I don't even know if this was recently, this might have been a couple weeks ago, but anytime we'd have a national broadcast, any person I asked, and I know your catalog, your list is a lot longer, Jared, but anytime over the course of this season that a Cora conversation came up, it was always like, oh, well, and he obviously can pick wherever he wants to go. This guy's one of the best managers in baseball. He's incredible. Now I'm sitting there thinking, like, why the hell would you just let this guy go? Like this everyone's saying he's so great. Everyone loves him so much. Why is it assumed he's not going to be here?
It was never a matter of the Red Sox and Craig Breslow wanting him here. Like I think from the very start, they're like, of course.
I think there was doubt that the Red Sox would be willing to spend on Cora. Like Sean McAdam had that piece in his article that was doing the rounds a couple weeks ago saying, you know, the amount of budgeting that they would have to put into Cora's extension, you know, him getting the $7.25 million, second most ever for any manager in baseball. McAdam was like, Breslow doesn't believe in, you know, putting that kind of money into a manager when he's figuring out his budget. So that was just a couple weeks ago. This was all kind of filing together, which is why I think it made it even more shocking. Like the reporting, whether you want to go national or local, was all in this direction.
And there was no guarantee that a third president of baseball ops, chief base, whatever the hell, GM was going to select Cora as well. I know Cotillo mentioned that. It was rare, good point by Cotillo that this is the third administration that has selected Cora as the manager of the Red Sox. There's still a chance that wasn't going to be the case. So the longer the season went on, it more just felt like, and Jared, you alluded to this, that it was going to be his decision, that he wasn't going to come back. But then there was part of me that's like, would the team just want to start with a new guy? But then that doesn't make a lot of sense when you got the young core coming up. And when he has such a good relationship with so many guys on the active roster that are going to be here the next handful of years.
I think this is not informed. It may sound informed. I think this was a Sam Kennedy decision. I think it was a Sam Kennedy decision the last time. Because I remember like Heim took it very personal when people said, like, you didn't even pick the manager. Like, that was ownership that brought back Alex Cora. He just had to abide. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, so I'm just like a puppet general manager. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, in this case, I have to think that ownership was like, you know, this is your call, but just so you know, it's going to be Alex Cora, you know? So it is 3 administrations, but even this one feels like, you know, like a Sam Kennedy influenced, John Henry influenced. I don't know that Tom Warner is in on stuff like that, but it felt like a above his pay grade decision to be like, hey, especially sending him out there to Colorado to get it done. To Tyler's point, there was urgency behind getting it done and getting it done at a time where maybe now that I'm thinking of it, is that a bad sign? Because it's like if we have an underwhelming trade deadline, then it's going to be way harder to convince this guy to stay because it's Breslow's first trade deadline.
And they're
So it's
trying
like-
to sneak this in before he can use that as the final piece, is why he wouldn't want to come back.
Either
Or
that,
not even
you
not come
collapse
back,
down
but like
the
at least
stretch.
go to free agency and see what else is out there.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I look at those similarly. Yeah. Tyler?
No, I think those were the balancing. It's like, if you didn't get it done now, trade deadline conversations will be full go. Even if it's, a fine deadline where you do a little bit of, Craig Breslow, which I thought had a very interesting comment, actually talking about dealing from depth and realizing you only can field so many position players. But even if it's a fine deadline, but it's an awful last 2 months, like it just doesn't go well. Call it the opposite of 2021. And, it's whatever. You get to the end of the year, all those possibilities are there. Like, this seemed like their window to push it, especially if they've been talking for a couple weeks. Like, maybe they viewed it as like now or never. If we get past, the trade deadline, why can't he sit for 2 months and just not have a conversation? At that point, you're already that far down the line. Who knows?
I still have such a hard time thinking that Cora would have signed this deal if there wasn't an emphasis on this season included in those talks. Like, I can't think it's just that, this offseason we'll finally do some stuff. I would have to think it included this deadline in those conversations with the front office, which would be more reason to sign the deal now instead of just go to free agency when you could just then return to the Red Sox after that. You know what I mean? Like, it almost feels like it's like on Cora's behalf, being like, hey, I know you probably have some uncertainty if I'm going to return or not. I can promise you I will if you promise me, or at least give me a good way to feel about this deadline coming up here. I just have to think that was part of this.
It's just
Breslow was like, I got James Paxton and Ty France on the next flight.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
We're winning
dude?
the World Series, dude. Like, that's all we need.
Simple.
It's very simple. I was trying to picture who the next manager would be, and I know we joke about the Varitek stuff, and I just couldn't even see anyone else in that spot. We've obviously gotten so used to Cora and our guy Renicky for 1 year, but it was just hard to picture who else would be in that position, and avoiding the whole process of even having to search and convince the fan base and the players that the next guy would be the right guy is a
Renicky
huge
back.
win.
stop.
It would have been Renicky or bust if Cora didn't come back, obviously, but I think we all agree on that.
I mean, even going back to 2004, like Grady Little felt weird, and that ended about as poorly as it could have. But from Francona through Cora, they've all been somewhat connected. At least it's felt like. Other than Bobby Valentine was there to lose. Like, he was there, just like, let's air the fart out of the room.
Losing.
Let's the 2011 collapse. Let's bring Bobby V in and just let this shit air out. And then we're gonna go get John Farrell, who everyone loves here at this point in time. Everyone loves here. Then he wins immediately, and then he gets to sucking loudly. But then Cora was on that 2007 team. Like, he felt very familiar. Everyone's felt familiar who's been a manager since Francona took over. There's no one else on that tree, really. I don't think we could have looked at.
I think David Ross would have been looked at.
For sure.
I think
that would have felt like, to your point, Coley, that would have felt like connective tissue if it was David Ross.
Sure, it would have. It definitely would have.
Yeah, because it would have been the Breslow, Theo, Cubs connection.
If they skipped over Varitek for a different catcher.
Was that reported recently, or am I airing myself out that the Red Sox don't want to make him manager because they don't want to ruin his legacy?
Chris Cotillo had that written up somewhere.
Okay.
So that was kind of reported.
Yeah. So, I mean, I believe that.
Yeah.
He might want that. Like, I don't think that's crazy. He's in a perfect spot.
This could be exactly what he wants. Seems like he loves it. I mean, I saw that clip you put out there. I think you put it out there, Jared.
Him
with Connor Wong. I'm like, this is all he wants in life right now.
Yeah. But in addition to that, he is getting paid like a big league manager.
So that's even more of what you would want.
Right.
Yes. Like, the Red Sox recognize this dude could 1000% be managing a Major League Baseball team right now. He's not. He's choosing to do this role for this team because he loves this organization. But we don't want him to be the manager because then he'll get criticism and scrutinized by the fans and the media. And that's just like something that never happened ever in his career. And we don't want that for a guy whose number we're probably going to retire someday. So we'll pay you managerial money. We'll pay you top dog money. And then you stay in this role that you basically did as a player without playing.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. I mean, they could go 162. No one's going to be like, and fucking Tech's back there doing nothing.
Sweet game plan, bro.
It would never come up.
Yeah.
It would absolutely never come
Fucking
up.
awesome blocking drills with Wong, dude. The fuck? Really
He might have
fucked
the
us
best
in game
job in
2.
America.
And think about it. Anytime that he's like walking out to the bullpen, he still gets an ovation like he's catching the starting pitcher that day.
Yeah.
He still gets the "you're playing today" ovation.
Yeah, he's a legend. And I think like so this is kind of this is on like my like top 3 bucket list things cuz like now when
Can
it
you list them out?
started what?
Can you list those 3 out, please?
Interview Barry Bonds. I'm talking like career-wise. Interview Barry Bonds, interview Nomar, interview Jason Varitek. And the interview with Tech, if and when we get it, I think it's a when we get
Catherine's been trying to line that up for a while.
Yes, but I've also like Catherine's been trying to set it up for a while, but I've also been like nurturing my relationship with Tech for like the last 11 years to where it finally peaked in November. Like once we started like at Pedro's charity event in November and we started letting the blue moons flow and we just were like, oh my God, like we fucking like we just clicked. We absolutely broed out in November at Pedro's charity event. So I think if we got him in front of a microphone, it would be Jason Varitek, unlike you've ever heard him before. And I would love to ask him those questions. Like, do you ever see yourself managing somewhere else someday? Do you want to leave this organization if that opportunity is a better fit for you? Do you have fear of any type of backlash from the fan base or the media if you were to manage in Boston someday? You know, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? I just like he keeps everything so tight to the vest that I don't know. I would be fascinated to just have these conversations in front of a hot mic with Tech. But like, yeah, there's definitely like those like pinch yourself moments where you're just talking baseball with Tech. And you're just like, this is fucking awesome. Like this.
I feel like you got to meet Tech a lot of times to feel like he knows who you are. I think Catherine has introduced me to him 3 or 4 times over the years. And he's like, oh, hey, classic. He doesn't remember. And he shouldn't remember who I am. But even for you, I think you've been probably in a position where you're like, hey, you know, I'm Jared. I'm like, does he remember? He's so locked in on the baseball stuff that it's like you almost needed an event like that where you're having some blue moons. And it's like, now there's a connection here.
Yeah, I think he definitely probably around like 2019 is when he's like remembered my name.
That's big.
Yeah, like I mean that was at that point 7 years. Like, but yeah, like now we're at a point where like he at least remembers my name, and that's like super cool. But still, like inching towards that, like, hey, can we get to set up some microphones and a camera and we'll talk for like an hour? Because there's so much in there. Like he
and has he done an interview? What interview has he done?
But it's always like a clubhouse interview setting. It's never sit down, free flowing conversation type interview.
It is rare for a guy that's mattered so much to this franchise that you haven't gotten one of those sit down.
No
one's gotten it.
It's gonna happen here. I'm telling you.
It's also like not like he's far. Like it's not like Mark Bellhorn who's in a cave somewhere. Like he's the most readily available of anybody.
He's there.
No one's been more available
day.
than Tech. He's literally, you can see him at Fenway every day.
Every day.
I think he lives there. I'm convinced he doesn't actually go home.
He's the winter, like he's posting videos of him like playing catch, like throwing the ball against the wall. No one else is there, but Tech's there. He's getting the wing loose for spring training.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's always just like that that level of respect that you feel towards him, where it's like, you know, you're going on a date with a girl for the first time and meeting her dad for the first time, and that like fear of like respect and admiration, like that's how you feel meeting him every time. Like he has that like, yes sir, she'll be home by 9, sir, yes sir. Like that's how you feel around Tech.
That's like the perfect comp ever. I shook his hand and wanted to say sorry almost. Like
my bad.
Like, my bad for taking your time. I shouldn't have. Shit, bye.
I shouldn't have looked at you, but
I'm sorry. I smiled too big.
Yeah.
You're great. You're good. You're bad. You're fine. Bye.
That was a weird cough. That was a weird time for a cough. I'm sorry, sir.
I think Catherine's great. Oh wait, no, was that weird?
Yeah,
Shit.
was that weird? Shit. Yeah.
I love you. Fuck.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a very rare thing. Like, if you're a Yankee fan, who has that type of presence in their past? Like, you've got.
I mean Jeter, right?
Nah, Jeter,
what presence are you talking about? Just like always around? Jeter's around a decent
No,
amount now.
like that, like commands respect, like yes sir, no sir, respect. Like Jeter is like laid back, he's
Mo?
chill. Mariano Rivera, he's MAGA Mo. You kidding me? That dude.
Posada?
It demands respect for what he did for the team. Is that what you're talking about? What are you talking about?
No, just like as a man.
Oh,
Not
it's
even
like, as a human, it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, it's so and so.
Yeah.
Posada, right?
Posada. No.
Yeah, I don't know why you're saying
It's gotta
that.
be
Am I saying it
Posada.
I don't know why
It
that's
doesn't
crazy.
be. It's Posada.
It's gotta be Jorge Posada.
He's trying to beat the Yankee fan allegations. He's like,
Yeah.
what was his name? George Posada?
Yeah. Yeah,
I got
I'm,
that.
read-
It's
I'm,
a
I'm
Jorge
reading it here that this guy's name was Posada. Posada. The fuck's the matter with you, Georgie?
It's gotta be a Posada.
It's a gotta be a Posada.
Crazy.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, that was wild. Try that one again, T-Dog.
Posada.
Posada.
Posada. Hey.
It's like Taco Bell's got a new menu item, the way you're saying it.
It's like a
Taco
sauce.
Bell.
You go.
Yeah.
Kind of sauce you want? Posada.
I'm gonna get 2 Posadas.
Yeah, they don't have anyone.
Yeah, the answer's nobody. It's definitely not Posada.
Posada, please. The Posada.
Extra Posada.
I hate you guys.
I mean, just say things right.
Posada, you say things
Am
so
I saying
funny.
it
I love
weird?
man.
Yeah.
It's Posada.
Very.
Just say the same thing.
It's Jorge Posada.
No.
No. Jorge
Posada.
Posada.
Jorge Posada.
Dude,
Yeah, you're still doing
We're
it
saying
wrong.
it the same way.
No,
No,
we're
you're not. I
not.
promise
No,
you're not.
No,
No.
we're not. Posada. It's not that. It's not
All right,
that.
one more time.
Jorge Posada.
Jorge Posada.
Pa, not Po. You're saying Po.
He looks like Joe Biden.
Dead?
Posada.
Yeah, that's true. It could be.
Posada.
Just-
Hey, Jorge Posada.
I'm gonna get an extra Posadas off from my burrito. Yeah, the Yankees don't have one.
yeah,
they don't have
anyways.
one. Yeah,
He still hasn't got it. He's
No.
still.
Posada.
Jorge Posada.
he's got no clue.
Why is your face doing that?
Tyler, do it again, Tyler.
My face or
No, do the name.
Posada?
Have you
One
been
more
doing
time.
this your whole life?
One more time.
He never watched baseball when JP was still playing. That's the problem.
No,
He was
he
4 years
started
old.
watching in 07. Jorge Posada was he retired what, in 09?
When did
10?
Posada retire? Let me check.
Jorge Posada. He retired in 11 at age 40.
Okay.
All right, one more
Tyler,
time.
what year were you born, Tyler?
1998.
Okay, so he was 13 at the time.
Yeah. All right, one
All
more
right,
time.
one more time, Tyler.
Posada.
That's fine.
That's
You're
good.
saying it like it's a guy named Po Sada. Like
Yeah.
you're saying it like his first name is Po,
Po.
last name Sada.
Sada.
That's
Like
not
the syllable? Is that what you're having? Like
It's
Posada.
more
Isn't
like,
there like
it's more like P-U-H. It's Jorge Posada.
Yeah, it's Pa. It's
Yeah,
Pa.
it's
Yeah,
I already
Jorge-
wrote this down.
Jorge Posada.
Isn't there like a Poe Dameron in the Star Wars
His
world? He's
fucking
saying
face
it like
trying to-
Poe.
Trying to
It's
process this information.
It's
Jorge
Pa.
Posada.
Jorge Posada.
And it's just like, boom, Posada.
Hey, Posada. Jorge
Posada.
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 Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Much
just say it
better.
really
boom.
fast.
Boom sauce.
Tyler's going to wake up in the middle of the night. Jorge Posada.
Yeah. Crazy. He still thinks we're wrong. I think he thinks
No,
we're wrong.
I'm trusting
Looking at it,
you.
it's like we're a bunch of idiots. He's like,
Yeah.
these guys, no way they got it right.
No.
I don't think Posada's been talked about this much, maybe ever. Yeah.
No.
No
Not
reason.
even on the weekend that he went into the Hall of Fame. He didn't even go into the Hall of Fame, right?
No chance.
No.
No chance.
He was off the first year on the ballot, right?
That's
Yeah,
injustice. He was a
guy
good
sucks.
catcher.
Posada.
He's
Posada.
fine.
What was his career wins above replacement? Did they retire his fucking number? I bet.
Probably.
He probably
Definitely.
did it with Pettit or
That's-
something stupid.
I think
very-
that's fine.
He played more
42.7.
than 3 seasons for the Yankees. 40. Yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's good.
Nope.
He was definitely good.
He's good.
He's in the good Hall of Fame.
He finished. Where do you think he finished? His highest MVP finish.
Jorge Posada.
Posada.
I don't know,
7.
like third.
He was ridiculous in 07, wasn't he?
Oh, Steve's looking. Yeah. Definitely looked.
This is like when a dog pisses on the rug and you point at the piss. They know what they did. They were dumb enough to think that they were going to get away with it, but they got caught. Did you piss on that
Essentially.
rug, Steve?
Yes,
You pissed? That was your piss?
that was me.
All right, get in the cage. Cheated. Can't do cheating.
Posada.
Can't do cheating. When it's trivia time, we can't. There's no cheating for trivia time. We have a code here. We have honors.
He's still practicing saying it.
Ignore me. I'm working through
Get in
this.
there with.
Yeah, all right. I'll take a suspension.
Get in the box with him. It's like a hockey fight. It's
Yeah.
like, you were doing a little too much, 47. Get in there.
Yeah, there's 2 guys in the box.
Posada.
Posada. You're still doing it. Just
Posada.
take Poe and get it out. There's no pose.
You're, you're going from P to S as quickly as possible.
Posada.
There you
Why?
go.
But there's
Simple.
he's elongating the A's.
I'm fine with that part.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can work on that another day.
I
But
feel
he's
like a
also
native
he's
Spanish
saying
speaker
it-
is going to say
he's
I'm
saying
doing it right.
like he's getting choked though. He's like Posada.
Posada. I'm overthinking this a lot now.
Yeah, it's just Jorge Posada.
Yeah, it's
not-
just Jorge Posada. Like
That's
people
it.
listening to this podcast are gonna be saying this in their fucking sleep tonight. They're gonna be like, how many
Yeah.
times? Like people fall asleep to this fucking show. They're gonna wake up in the morning and be like, dude, I had a wild dream about Jorge Posada last night.
Jorge Posada.
He was choking himself in a
Mm.
cage with Tyler Milliken.
Say my fucking name right.
Tech was there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Tech was there.
I was on a date with Tech's daughter. What?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Weird.
that's what are those called? Lucid dreams when they feel real.
Mm. Well, when you like know what's going on.
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah.
the shadow demon.
Is that
in
when
your
you're
room.
aware that you're dreaming, but you're still dreaming?
Yeah. Those are
Mhm.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
Well, they can be sick. They can also be freaky.
I know. I never remember my dreams for the most part.
Yep.
What does that mean, Coley?
When you don't remember your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
probably you're a big dumb idiot head, I would imagine.
I think that's what it says in the book.
What does it mean when you don't remember your dreams?
Do you guys just ever like go throughout your day and then your
Oh, I'm
dream
sorry, I
like
was
clicks
talking.
back in?
It's normal to have trouble remembering your dreams because most people forget the majority of the 4 to 6 dreams they have each night. Dreams tend to occur during REM sleep, but a
right.
2019 study found that memory formation is impaired during this stage. Other factors can affect dream recall include short-term memory. Short-term memory areas are active during REM sleep, but only retain memories for about 30 seconds. Wakefulness. People who remember their dreams may be more responsive to sounds while sleeping, which could cause them to wake up more. That's not me. I sleep through the night. Attention. Some people may not pay as much attention to their dreams while they're happening. Gender. Women tend to remember more dreams than men. Age. Young people
Well, hold
tend to
on.
remember more dreams than older people.
Hold on. What do you mean people don't pay attention to their dream? Like, that's
real.
such a foreign concept to me. Like, it's like a TV screen, and you're just like, I'm not
In
going to
your
look
brain.
at that. I'm going to look over here. I'm not
Yeah.
going to look. Like, my dreams are so fucking immersive. I can't imagine being like, I'm all set.
I got something else over here.
I'm gonna look at my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Pass. Next. Next.
You remember your dreams.
Boo.
Boo. This movie sucks.
I
You
remember my
a lot,
dreams
Colin?
and I control them.
Yeah, I'm a pretty lucid dreamer. I think more people probably believe me than Tyler, but it's very true for me.
That must be awesome.
Can be. But like what they're saying about like noises can wake you up. Like I'm like you, I'll sleep fucking right through the end of the world. No problem.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll sleep through bombs going off. My dad used to play Beatles rock band and play it as loud as like the neighbors down the fucking end of the street could hear it, and I would like fall asleep in the same room. Be like I'm chilling.
You fell asleep mid conversation with me.
What, the night before your wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bored of that shit.
Next. Move on.
I love my wife. I can't wait for tomorrow.
All that
right,
dumb
dude.
shit.
All right, dude, shut up.
I can't stop saying it.
Cares.
It's crazy.
Fucking cares, dude. I'm not the best man. All right, good night. See ya.
Later.
Gives a fuck. The MLB season is in full swing, and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. If you had the higher on 19.5 runs for the Rockies today, boy, were you making some moolah on the Underdog Fantasy app. That one hit. I don't know if you saw the game today, but that one hit. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Red Sox lose 9-8. I don't really care about this fucking series. I mean, I know like
No.
we could talk about it big picture wise, like what it means, I guess, for the trade deadline. If there's anything that you want to pick out of this series, I guess, you know, we can pick like a thing or two, but I'm not trying to go over these fucking games the game by game.
Yeah. I told you I was horrified of Ezekiel Tovar, and he had the walk-off hit in game one, and he led off this game with a home run. He basically beat you in both of the wins they had.
He was filthy.
That game was so frustrating. I mean, I just knew for whatever reason, I know it's the Rockies, but man, the Red Sox bullpen was taxed. Man, they were banged up in terms of injuries. They were taxed. They were not super talented, and they struggled. They struggled, but you know what? Not to borrow a line from Aaron Boone, but this team battled. they did.
They did.
They lost to the Rockies, but they battled. They battled in that first game.
The offense battled.
Yeah, the offense battled. When Helk was having that inning, I honestly felt as it was going on, if he can just get out of this, then they have a chance. You're in Coors Field. Like, just get out of this inning. It's a miserable inning. There's been a couple of these this year. Obviously, he had one against the Padres, and Pivetta has one in the finale. There are a couple in the finale, but it's like, get out of this. Like, the offense will figure it out. The bats will get hot. And they do, but that's what then sucks. It's like you get the runs you needed. You tie the game quickly. And I can't get over that non-strike 3 call. That was so
on Winky.
bad.
Crazy.
We talk about it all the time. I'm stunned Winky didn't lose his shit more. Like, he had every right to, after getting that third out, to like at least yell in the glove and look towards the ump and kind of flip out. Cora ends up getting tossed for a Weissert pitch, I believe, or it was one of those like
he was still arguing
he was mad about
that pitch. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but it felt like it was one of those like, if I have any other close pitches, I'm now going to pair it with the pitch before, and now I'm going to be upset about the whole game. The Weissert pitch was a ball that was off the plate, but
I think he was more saying this: we shouldn't even still be playing anymore.
Well,
like,
yeah, which is fair.
Over.
Yeah, it felt like one of those combo deals where it's like I shouldn't. Yeah. I shouldn't have to be out here. Obviously, this game should be over by now. But then also, I think that last one was a strike too, and just general pissed off, right? Where it's like you're coming off a sweep.
He's
trying to fire up the boys. He's like, I just signed a new contract. They don't know yet, so I'm gonna get all fired up right now. But that game one sucks, because then we're talking a little different if it's a series win instead of losing 2 out of 3 to a terrible team like the Rockies.
I'll say defensively, I thought this was one of their worst 3-game stretches of the entire year. I thought that first game, what happened?
No,
I said, you think?
He said Posada.
I think the Doyle play, the double in the first game, Ceddanne Rafaela on that relay, if he comes up with that ball, you're getting Tovar at home. He had barely got to third base. Like, you should have gotten that out. So that factored into the first 9 with me when everything, with the missed call there, like that was another run you kind of just got screwed on. And the Tyler O'Neill play late that basically set them up for the
Overran
walk-off.
the ball and left.
Which Duran did in this series as well. Rafaela had a weird ball in center field that he misjudged. Like,
That
Jamie
I don't
Westbrook
know how
is
that wasn't
horrid
an
at
error.
second
Wasn't that
base.
today?
Yeah, they ruled it back. They gave it a double.
Wait. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It was an error, then it was double. I thought you meant they ruled it back to an error because it should have been an error. There should have been a 5-error game for the Red Sox today.
And yeah, Jamie Westbrook, rough defensively. It was nice to see him hit a 3-run homer. I'm sorry. He's hard to watch at second base. I don't enjoy the experience.
As if this is like your second baseman of the future.
Yeah, he's out here helping, dude.
He's helping
He's
out
fine.
Tyler. He could be
do you-
doing a lot of other things. He's like, I'd rather be helping the Red Sox, and you're going
Do you have Christian Campbell as an outfielder or a second baseman when he gets here?
I think more likely than not, he's going to be a second baseman.
I love that. Yeah. Get rid of everyone else.
What?
Yeah.
You cannot get rid of David
Grissom's already
Hamilton.
done.
Yeah,
Grissom's-
dude. What do you need him for? Christian Campbell at second base, Marcelo Meyer shortstop, Rafael Devers third base, Tristan Casas first base. Like that infield, oh my God, nut city.
Well, this is, I mean,
Nut town.
regard.
That's what Cora was saying.
The
Yeah,
nut
come
mecca.
blow county. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
He said that in the presser. Once we get this infield, it is Nut
There's
Town.
going to be
Nut
not
town,
a dry pantaloon in sight.
You
You guys are just
think
gonna
about
be
that.
leaking
Casas at
protein.
first, Campbell at second, Meyer,
Campbell.
I don't like how you're saying that. Yeah, I don't like
Cam-
Campbell. The P is soft.
Campbell.
Campbell at second, Meyer at short, Devers at third.
Hey,
Nuttown.
you're
Kyle
forgetting
Teal
someone.
behind the plate. What? I'm
Forgetting
forgetting
who?
Ceddanne Rafaela up the middle. You
Trevor
got Roman
Story.
Anthony out there. What?
No
Trevor
one's
Story's on the
forgetting.
baseball team.
He's not on the team.
He's not in Nuttown though.
He's not in that town.
There,
Campbell's
He's
not
out.
coming up this year.
I didn't say when we fucking
Yeah.
get there, when we get to Nuttown, this is what it's gonna look like.
Old.
this
Nuttown.
was
The
kind
fir-
of what I was
just
alluding
I'm
to.
sorry, Coley. I'm sorry. I just need to finish this thought. The first time Tyler's waiting to get executed. My finger is on the trigger right now. But I'm just saying that first game that we have Devers at third, Meyer at short, Campbell at second, Casas at first, Teal behind the plate, Roman Anthony, Ceddanne, and I guess Duran. I don't know where we're gonna go. Maybe I
Willier's
don't know.
going
It depends
somewhere.
on what year we're talking about. But if once we see that
Next
defensive
year?
alignment, that is Nuttown.
This
Like
was
you're gonna
kinda
see
what
the MLB Twitter account tweet hashtag Nuttown when that
The
lineup
second
drops.
Campbell gets called up.
Nuttown.
Coley.
Coley, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We had to flesh out Nuttown.
Yeah.
He's like, there's more meat on this bone.
It's a ton. But with years of Nuttown, so I'm okay.
And Vladdy at DH.
Nuttown.
Nuttown.
Sure. This is kind of what I've been alluding to throughout the year. Like, they're not going to spend big in free agency. They physically can't. There's nowhere to put anyone.
No, there's a
Nowhere.
rotation.
Well, pitchers, yeah.
I'll believe that when I see it. They've got one coming back next year, and they're bringing Paxton back, and Tyler's going to give him a 5-year, $724 million
That's
extension.
That's where the money's
We're
going.
in talks.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to be spending big anytime soon. And if they're going to actually re-sign guys long term, you could talk me into being okay with that. I do agree spending on pitching would be the smart thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't shown much of an inclination to do that lately. Send one to a 1+1.
Thank God they did that.
Thank God. I guess it was a 1+1+1.
Yeah.
Classic.
The
I don't know
classic
if
1+1+1.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be dishing out absurd money, but like, say even if it's something like Jamison Tyon money, which we saw the Cubs do while Craig Breslow was there and he's making that pitch, like if that's what they're going to kind of be aiming to do, because they don't have the pitching in the upper minors right now. That's the reality of the situation. Dick Fitz, maybe he's a fifth starter. Maybe. He feels like Josh
Dick
Winkowski.
Fitz.
He's fine. He's very meh to me. I like Luis Perales a lot. We don't know if he's even going to throw a pitch next year, right? Like
No, he
after
probably
that,
won't.
it's David Sandlin, and I like David Sandlin, but he needs to stay healthy before we can depend anything
None
on
of
him.
these
Is this
guys
down
are
on the
good.
farm? Is this down on the farm right now? I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
I mean, Jared, this is not town.
This is not
not
Okay.
down. This is not
This
down.
is not down.
Yeah.
But I am interested to see. They did just take pitchers in rounds fucking 2 through 7, more or less. I know one of them wasn't. So a lot of teams have been fast tracking, and these are older college players because they all had COVID years. So it'll be interesting to see if Tolley does get fast tracked or someone like that.
yeah, he's someone who would fit into that, and it's also at some point you're going to have to go get that special right-handed bat. Is it Christian Campbell, right, where they just wait it out and they hope he becomes that? But if, as Craig Breslow was saying, we need a right-handed bat moving forward for the foreseeable future, where does that factor in? Do they kind of make that step out and maybe flip some of the lefty assets to make that happen, and they dish money that way? They're going to spend. I don't think they're going to become a team that's spending, call it $180 million. I think they're going to be up near that first luxury tax threshold. I think they'll always at least be there. If it gets lower than that, then we're in a real scary place.
But that's what they don't have Mookie Betts type situations even play out. Get Meyer, Teal, Anthony. The second they show that they're at Casa's comfortable, not even this year. Last year's Casa's comfortable. You got to sign these guys. Like, lock up your good players. We can't have guys leaving in the middle of their career because now they're priced out, which they should never be priced out. But if that's going to be their excuse, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, when
that
you're finally in
resembles the
this
Braves.
situation where you can sign these guys that you haven't had these players before. Like before, you've obviously had to buy other teams' players that are ready to earn the money. It's like, oh, okay, you have those guys in your system now. You might as well pay them and try to get a decent deal while you can.
Yeah, like they're crying about right-handed bats. Mookie Betts and Xander Bogaerts, last I checked, were right-handed bats. So it's like you could have just paid both of them much cheaper than what they got. It's not that difficult. Even Devers could have been paid a lot cheaper.
We don't have to do this.
Yeah, maybe
I know
get a
we don't, but this is what I'm
better-
talking. Like we're talking about Breslow signing free agents. I don't really see that happening.
Get a better deal on Casas right now, maybe? Huh? And buy low? Huh?
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Mm.
I
Depends
can't
what they want to
imagine
do
he
with
would do that.
DH. Right? Like if
Wait,
they look at DH and they're like, hey, we want another version of JD Martinez, we want a thumper or something like that. Where does that come in? Maybe that's the, I know you said Vladdy, but the
Alonso.
Pete
I just said
Alonso
we're
dream,
signing
right?
Vladdy. We're not
It's
signing.
whatever
Phil
way it would
Rivers.
play.
We're signing
sick.
Vladdy. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me.
Be
Red
very
Sox
cool.
lose 9-8.
Trade for him.
I don't want to trade for him.
Why?
What are you going to give up for Vladdy
What, a year? He's got a year left, right?
after this year? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's guaranteed for next year. And if you're trading for him, you better be signing him. Like, that'd be weird not to.
What are you giving up for him?
That's where I don't want to break up Nuttown immediately, but if they're going to make a larger trade,
Whoa.
yeah, no, listen, if they're going to make a larger
just
trade, you're
formed
probably
this
starting
town.
with Campbell.
Can't-
You're going to trade Campbell?
I'm not trying to do it. I fucking discovered him. It's not my goal, but if you're trying to make a larger package, you're not trading any of the top three.
He's the big three, Coley. You need to understand is a big four now.
Listen, I would say it's a big five if you look at Baseball America's top 100. Shout out Montgomery,
Braden?
the very same.
63.
Yeah,
I'd
I mean,
argue it should be 6.
Yeah,
What?
Perales should be in there. I hate when they just remove a guy because he gets hurt.
Kicked them out 50 spots. That's absurd.
we can't break up Nuttown like that.
I don't want to, Jared. I'm saying if we're going to make one of these larger trades, that's the piece that you would imagine has to be involved.
How much trade value does Matthew Lugo have, Tyler?
Probably
Not that
ton.
much. He's like the 13th ranked prospect in the system. I don't hate him. Like it's like similar to the Nick York conversation. Like
He's
they're
having
right
an
next to each other.
unbelievable year.
Yeah, really good year at Double A. He's been hitting well at Triple A for a decent chunk now, but like no one's looking at him as an everyday player in the big leagues.
He's an everyday player. He must play every day.
And he plays left field. You know, at this point, he's pretty limited defensively, which does not help the profile.
Barry
very
Bonds
much.
played left field.
Is he Barry Bonds?
Only one way to find out.
Hasn't played in the majors yet. We don't know.
Someone's gonna trade for this guy.
Unanswerable. I bet, like, what? He's got like a Josh Reddick level of trade value right now. Like when we traded him.
Might be less than that.
He's got some,
being honest.
some David
full
Murphy,
control though. Like Reddick had already come up to the majors. I do think someone else could see him as, and what we've seen from the trade deadline the last couple years and even the offseason, guys want people who they can at least play in the majors right now. Not like Arias, I don't think has a ton of value right now unless he's the third guy in the package.
Yeah, he's hard. It's the same for Cespedes, too. I think even Miguel Blaze fits into that. Maybe he's a little bit different just because of the ceiling, but yeah, most organizations, they want to close.
Steve?
I just want to say real quick, ninth inning meltdown by the Royals. Sox are going to be one game out of a playoff spot. Back to you.
One game out.
One game out, folks.
One game out. We've lost 5 out of 6 coming out of the break. One game out. And after this weekend, that's 3 free wins. My only regret is that we don't get to face Garrett Cole. That sucks. I was dying to see him on the Stop and Chop look ahead, but
he's terrible.
That fucking idiot pitched tonight. He
barely
6 earned runs, 3 bombs. That guy sucks objectively. Like, listen, I know I've gotten in trouble before for saying MLB baseball players suck, but I think we can all agree Garrett Cole sucks. He's not good.
Tyler?
He's terrible.
Ass.
Yep. That's my guy.
Also just a bad role model. He's always throwing his glove, and he was like, fuck, and like nailed the railing in the dice. He swore, which is not good to do.
No, not in front of
He does
kids.
bad guy stuff.
Yep. I saw him punch somebody.
He blew up an orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was at a hospital.
Guy sucks.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was thinking about this earlier, and Jared, you like horror movies, so I thought this could be a potential plot for a horror movie, but talking about the legality of it, if you became a necromancer, someone who could raise the dead, if you were to raise someone from the dead and then kill them, is that murder? They're already dead.
If no one sees it, definitely not murder. But I think maybe if you brought someone back to life, then it's like, I mean, think about it from like an emergency room perspective. It's like someone died and then you resuscitate them and then you shoot them in the head. Like you're going to jail.
Sure, that's a little more quicker than I'm thinking about it. Like if
they're legally dead, that's legally dead.
Sure, I'm not debating the legality of someone being dead, but I'm thinking like the cops find a murder for the movie. The cops find a murdered body, and then they run the prints and stuff, and the big reveal is like, this guy died in 1947. Wow, what is this? And then they find out people who've been like big dead, not dead for a couple seconds. That barely counts. Dewormed by the earth, like very dead, start popping back up, freshly killed. That doesn't feel like murder to me.
Tyler.
When they are brought back to life, do they still look dead-ish, or do they regain like normal, healthy look?
I think they get a full treatment.
What does that mean?
It kind of feels like you'd have to do multiple of these for it to equal one death, like Shroot Bucks or something. Like if you do 3 of these, it's like, all right, that counts as one murder.
I think you could definitely kill them in Texas and Florida.
Oh, you can do that now. You can kill
live
people. Yeah, they support that.
You can kill anyone in Florida, and they're just.
I thought we were going to be shot, honestly, for no reason.
In Texas?
Well, I was looking at, the neighbors that we had that had like the Alamo in their front yard or whatever.
Yeah, the guns pointed at us the whole time.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, this looks cool. And even in looking at that, I'm like, I'm kind of on their property. I think they could just like shoot me right now.
I'm pretty sure you can. Like if you drive into someone's driveway, they can just open fire. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that that's a Texas thing, though.
Stand your ground.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you like turn around in someone's driveway, and
I think it's illegal to shoot someone in the back in Texas. You got to be looking at them.
They got to see you. Yeah.
Yeah. No sucker punches.
You got to shoot them in the head.
Shoot them straight on, not the chest, right in the face.
Yeah, if you want to get by the law, you got to blast them right in the fucking head. Yeah. Push that shit back.
But I think that's kind of like, they're on your property and they weren't even trying to leave. If they're on your property looking at you, you can at least argue they were rushing me or something.
If they're leaving, it's rude, but if not, you better shoot them.
Yeah, this dude, my Uber driver got lost, and I dumped a mag in him. That's my driveway, dude. Stand your ground.
Red Sox win 6-0.
Yeah.
Shout out Cooper Criswell. He would have got
shout out to
Clark's Ketchup MVP if they had won today. I'm telling you.
You think
that
he would have
right
won?
now.
I was going to ask the boys that. Do you think he would have got it? I think he would have got votes. Do we think he wins?
It's hard to say because
Depends.
Red Sox lost
Yeah,
by
they
19
lost by
runs.
30 in the finale.
Wait. Let me counterpoint. Tyler O'Neill wasn't going to play today. Or
Yeah.
didn't play today.
Helps. It definitely would have helped because it would have been one game for each. But it really depends who did what today. Devers kind of hit in every game, or
Yeah,
did
3 for 3
contributed
in
in
the
every
finale.
game.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You never know what Duran's going to do. Like if Duran hit that, if he had his same offensive day today and then robbed the game-winning home run, it would have been Duran.
True. Yeah, this is actually an impossible exercise when we don't know what would have happened in the hypothetical finale.
It
But
was definitely in the running for sure.
definitely was. Well, especially now, if anything, it's like, look what can happen at Coors Field. He gave up 0, but it's possible to give up 20. So that kind of, it makes you appreciate him a little bit more when you see what happened in the last game.
If you just break it down, like Cooper Criswell is someone that will go 4-5 innings, and he goes 7 shutout innings. That's huge after going extra innings and just wiping
For
your
sure.
bullpen clean the night before. For you to give 7 shut when you're just not someone that ever goes deep into starts, like that's very valuable. Like he could get the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP in the Yankee series if the bullpen just like dominates. If the bullpen dominates this weekend, the Red Sox win the series against the Yankees, Cooper Criswell could be the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP for keeping him fresh.
Well,
He
they do
still
have an
gets
off
packets,
day.
right? You can get packets in a losing series.
No.
Didn't we say you
think-
can? I thought we said you could.
There's no ketchup for any of them. They're eating
Yeah.
dry.
I could have sworn you get
burgers.
packets if you're incredible in a loss, but I must have had it wrong. Might
I
have been
will
a split.
say credit to Cooper Criswell for being the only Red Sox pitcher, or I think anyone on the entire coaching staff that knew what altitude was and how this functioned. Tanner Houck and Nick Pivetta were like shocked that their pitches were moving differently. Cooper Criswell, he goes, hey, I changed my release point. I realized I had to throw the ball at a slightly different point with the sweeper to make everything work. Tanner Houck and Nick Pivetta lost.
Listen,
These bums, Tanner Houck and Nick Pivetta, no
and
clue.
every Rockies pitcher in my lifetime, other than that one Ubaldo Jimenez year, like they don't fucking know that either.
I know.
All
Imagine
I'm
signing a
saying-
deal with the Rockies to pitch. Like, what are you doing?
Mike Hampton got
Ramon
that bag,
Marquez.
Yeah, if you get the bag, you can't blame
though.
him.
You got to get that bag. Kyle
He was
Freeland
slugging
got that bag.
dingers too. Like he wasn't even just a pitcher.
Yeah. He was Shohei Ohtani before Shohei Ohtani.
Correct.
Yeah, the series sucked.
Bad.
It sucked. Well, you
All
can't
of it's-
have the 2 out of 3 days where you have a multi-run lead in extra innings and lose both. That's just, those feel like 2 losses in one. That felt like 4 losses.
It felt like
Between
the
the two of
Dodgers
them.
series just continued.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
this
especially
is a
after
game
you
show.
overcome the 4-0, it's like, oh God, 4-0. All right, here we go again. And then it's, you know, you take you tie it, you take the lead, and then you just give it right back. It just sucks.
Sucks
Oh.
ass.
Up to an extras feels like you better win that. Like you know you're
but
gonna
it feels
concede
like
the
you've like
one.
kind of already won. Like it
Right.
feel like, and we
Zach
tweet
Kelly
like
did the
we've
balk.
won.
They didn't even give a fuck about that run. They basically punched
That's
it on
crazy.
it.
That was not calling out Uke here, not doing it. Love Uke. I was stunned that he didn't see that was intentional. He's like, whoa, what just happened there? As if he, and then even until the second replay, he's like, I think he did it on purpose. I'm like, Uke, he did it
He
on purpose.
fucking Gronk spiked it into the ground.
I think he had a moment where he's like, ah, damn, like that's not going to look great on tape because I was completely caught off.
And then
guard by that.
Millar was befuddled.
He had
was
no
like-
clue. He was like, what
he's
is,
like,
what's
man,
he doing?
I don't know why he did that, but you know, maybe I don't know. He doesn't want to see the signs, and it's like it's pitch calm. Don't want to give up location.
The best is when he's digging for an answer and he's just throwing shit out there.
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
I know he didn't like that ball. I think he wanted a new ball. I don't think he liked that ball.
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Yuko will also do a funny thing where he'll ask Dave a very specific baseball thing that I don't even think I know the answer to.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, but he's not. There's always just silence. Dave's just like, why are you? I know internally, Dave's like, why are you asking me this, dude? Like, I don't. this extremely specific rule. I don't know what the answer is. And there's always about 5 seconds that goes by. Someone in the truck is like, hey, Dave, it counts as a strike. And he's like, actually, it counts as a strike.
What was
happens.
the rule that they were unaware? Oh, it was how many mound visits you get in extra innings.
Right.
Yeah,
Which I don't know. Do you guys know that? I don't know that.
For every extra inning, you get an extra mound visit.
Okay, that sounds like something we would make up on the show.
So I only know that because they didn't know on the broadcast. They're like, we'll look at the rules book for you. And then they called the MLB rules department, and then they told them, I think when they came back from commercial, and like, so for every extra inning. But what I would have asked, because it was not clarified, is say you go to the 10th. So you have, in your out of mound visits, you have a mound visit for the 10th. But if you don't use it, do you have 2 in the 11th? Or do you only get 1 per inning in extras? Can you collect them over extras? Or do you just get 1 per inning? That part was not clarified. So I don't know.
You got to catch them all. You're just collecting mound visits. By the 14th, you're like, we are going to delay the shit out of this game. Like, you guys are not going to. Nope, we got another one.
Yeah, 15th inning. It's like, we're in our 6th mound visit of the inning.
Cora coming out, Cora. Here we go.
Here we go. About to bed. No. I got out here. Here we go. He's flipping off the opposing dugout. Nope, we got another one.
I got one.
Race
you can't say shit
situation
about
all
this.
over again.
It's in the rules.
They got to him in the dugout. He's like this, waiting for them to call on him. He's like, yeah, here we go.
Got one more. Here we go.
I got one more.
There we go.
I got one more in me. Red Sox win 6-0.
Yeah. Oh, you guys prevented one of my tweets from getting on the altcast in game 2.
Who's you guys?
Well, I don't know who's in charge of that. Who's on the side desk again?
Kaylee,
right.
and
Credit to
Ante.
her for feeling bad because she was going to read my tweet. Maybe it's good she didn't read it because it was about Foo Fighters, but yeah, then Foo Fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But then one of the tweets did make it on, so I guess I can't really be that upset. Foo Fighters. You finding it?
Walking. I'm hosting Saturday Night Live this week with musical guest Foo Fighters. I don't know why, but I assumed that you were Chinese.
What?
I don't remember that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
How many fucking times did he introduce himself?
And they do 2 songs, right? And he says them at the top of the show.
Well, this one was like 30 years later. He looked like he aged 100
funny.
years in the second clip.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
That was the name of my band in high school, was Keep On Walking, but we spelled it like Christopher Walken's last name.
Jake, book Christopher Walken.
Jake, could you please get Christopher Walken on the show? I got some questions for him.
I thought you were going to say your band was Foo Fighters. I'm like, that's tasty.
My band in high school, we were a little band called the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, we were the Foo Fighters.
Definitely spoken for. Someone already got that. A nice try.
We had some turnover, and none of us ended up staying in the band. And Dave Grohl's in it now. So
you guys handed it off to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was just, it was a gradual thing. But anyways, what were we talking about that before that?
Game 3.
No. There was something.
I was saying they prevented my tweet from going out. Like, I have an ongoing theory that they see my replies to you and they don't use them, and then that was proven true.
Yeah. Shout out to Sarah Perlman Mancini. I thought she was great. She new Section 10 fan, by the way. She
love that.
She listened to the last few episodes, and I was trying to explain like what the podcast is. I was like, it's a Red Sox podcast, but like, I guess like in a way it is. It's a podcast that masquerades as a Red Sox podcast, but sometimes we be talking about Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Killing dead people.
Yeah, and like
and dogs.
horror movie concepts. And Tyler's weight loss program. You look great, by the way, Tyler.
We're getting there.
What do you mean we're getting there?
Sounds like you backslid.
I haven't backslid. I've plateaued, though.
Okay.
It could. Do you think it was probably the 18 McDonald's orders in Texas or no?
I had it once a day, and it was 10 fucking nuggets and a large fry. That is good.
That's not
budgeting.
good. That's not good, dude.
Coley, you can't have nuggets and a large fry. That's all you eat for a whole day while you're
I
sweating.
told you before. Yeah, A, daily, definitely not. B, I told you the fries are the worst thing on the fucking menu.
I don't
He's
want
saying
apple
large
slices.
fry like that's not a problem. That's problematic. Large fry, you had 3 options and you picked the biggest one.
And the soda. The soda's the
I
bad
didn't-
thing.
I didn't have soda. I had water.
Why
You did
did
have
you
water.
just growl at me?
I didn't have a soda.
I made a point not to drink soda while I was down there, and I did a fucking great job of it.
You're
I
telling me
actually
right
had a
now you
Coke
drank
Zero.
soda 0 times?
Zero. I didn't have a Coke while I was down there. I had Coke Zero on the plane. That was all.
Jake, did Tyler have soda in Texas?
No, I think it was just the large fries.
I had a couple beers for sure.
You're telling me you didn't have one soda?
I don't want to spoil our vlog, but if I mention the places we went, we're going to get exposed. We didn't have Coke in the house. True or false?
Yes.
We had
false.
DC.
I don't like
We had
Diet
DC.
Coke. We all know I don't drink that.
Okay.
Texas Roadhouse, I had a beer.
Okay.
The other 2 nights, I didn't even eat dinner because I was sick.
Okay.
What did we do the other night? We ate together. The
We
chicken.
always eat.
Yeah, McNuggets. We heard you.
Yeah, that was water.
Medium 10 piece with fries is 940 calories. Medium.
Jesus Christ.
That's fine if that's all you eat. What's a large?
That's
1,100?
not all you ate.
It's probably 11 to 12, yeah.
I'm right in my calorie wheelhouse. If anything, I'm at a deficit.
If that's all you ate, then yeah, you'd be fine. I don't think that's all you ate.
I'll back
Steve?
Tyler here. He's been on the 1 meal plan, and I didn't see him disobey that in Texas.
I wasn't door dashing a bunch of food. It was once a day. I'd say, hey, anyone want McDicks? Anybody want anything? I'd check around, and that's what I ended up doing.
Sounds
I
like you had a pretty good eye on the fridge situation if you knew there were no Cokes in there.
I did check to see if any Cokes did arrive while I was down there, and they never did. I drink Gatorade while I was down there. That's healthy
You're welcome.
electrolytes.
You drank Gatorade Zero because of
Okay.
me.
All right.
Because
All
of
right.
me. Yeah.
Is that like Coke Zero for Gatorade?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I didn't know that.
It's
Zero
like,
sugar Gatorade.
It's got
Yeah,
0 on it.
those max out at 10 calories for the whole fucking big bottle. So that's fine.
I had that.
You're
What
welcome.
else did I drink? Pedialyte. Is that good? That's good for you. That's not bad.
Definitely has calories, but I don't know how many.
I needed them at the time.
Sure.
In other news, I did good. I was behaved down there.
Yeah.
But I need to
But you
work out
did
to
have
lose
that
weight.
Blue Moon at Texas Roadhouse, which was very much encouraged.
I had
It's
3 or 4 of
delicious.
them.
There you go. Some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Blue Moon and baseball just go together. And no beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, where the Rockies just kicked the Red Sox ass. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. Tyler was drinking Blue Moons in Texas. Jake, you wouldn't have believed the amount of Blue Moons that this dude was just rolling up to the house. He was like, this is for the boys. We got cases upon cases of Blue Moon, just ripping them in the Underdog, basically party house, man. We were just fucking going at it, bro. Coley missed out big time from its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. Blue Moon. Oh yeah, by the way, the person on Reddit that was like, he's saying coriander wrong. No. Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one of a kind beer. That's
Fuck
made
him up,
brighter.
Rocket.
It's carefully crafted and full flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. It's the summertime now. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale. It's a one of a kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
.com.
Yeah, today there was a baseball game.
No.
There was a baseball game. I feel like, people are going nuts over this fucking Cal Quantrill,
It's a loser.
Reese McGuire.
Poor Reese, man.
Fluff. I don't really.
He cooked him, bro. He cooked him so bad.
Not really. It's
He did
like
cook
the
him.
most
Oh,
obvious
Steve.
shit. No,
Steve, he cooked
guys. I knew this was going to be said like this. I understand.
Steve,
I understand.
He cooked
I'm
him.
not.
can you
I'm
say, bro?
by the letter of the law. He cooked him.
Yeah.
But I have been so over the
Me
Reese
too.
jack off stuff.
Me too.
It's so like. But
play
no,
that.
dude, he did. Yeah, I know he did. We all know he did it like 5 years ago. Like I
4.
know he did 4. Or sorry, 4. 4 years ago. It's like okay, he did. It's a really tough thing to have on your resume because
Tough.
now it's
Never going to live it down.
literally 4 years later
During COVID.
and you got pitchers yelling it at you when you did literally nothing but fly out to center.
It was during COVID.
Yeah.
He just wanted to change the scenery. Poor guy. Who among us?
The
Who
number one
among us?
time to be at home, and he's like, "Nah, I'm doing this in public."
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks.
Really hard to pick a side on this one.
I don't feel bad for him. It's just, damn, that's rough.
Yeah, like you just look at it and you're like, tough play. You know? Like,
It's out of nowhere. It's out of nowhere. This is what I hate with the Cal Quantrill thing, because watching that game, and even then it felt like a blowout, even though it was like, it got way worse than that.
yeah.
Raffy still owns Cal Quantrill. And I can promise you, Cal hates that because he's probably
Sure.
heard that. He's like, all right, I got to get my revenge.
On
Raffy
Reese
goes like
McGuire.
3 for 3 on him, and he just like, continues to dominate him. So I'm sure he's kind of pissed off. Raffy's on third. And then he gets Reese McGuire to fly out. So he's like, I saw him yell. And I'm like, you're such a loser. That's just like loser attitude. He does that shit all the time. And Reese is probably like the 50 Cent clip, like, why you say fuck me for? Like,
Exactly.
I'm Reese McGuire. What the hell? And then he's like, yeah, go jerk off in a park. What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's where your whole point unravels for me. I was about to agree with you, and then you repeat the line, and he fucking dummied him. I don't know, poor
But he
Reese.
dummied him when it's like, why? But the fact, Coley, and I feel like you'd appreciate this, the fact that Cal Quantrill had that locked and loaded that fast is kind of random. It's
It
like,
is wild. I mean, he was pitching
he's
the
like,
whole
try
game
me,
thinking
dude.
about
I'm going to say the jack off thing so fast.
You know when people are sitting in the dugout, that's what they're like, oh, Reese McGuire. That's the guy who fucking
That's
jerked
the
it in a
jerk-off
car.
guy.
Like, that's just who he is. It's like the kid who shit his pants in school. Like, that kid shit his pants in 4th grade, and nobody's ever going to stop talking about it. That's just who you
But-
are.
The difference is if you shit your pants intentionally, everyone would be like, that's a man of power and respect, and
Alpha.
they'd fear you. The guy who would, like, you don't unintentionally jerk off in the parking lot of like Walgreens, you know what I mean? It's not like, whoops, how did this happen? Like he drove there with the intent of, he may have even got lotion inside of the CVS or what have you.
The
Like,
Dollar
he may have
Tree.
been, right, like bad intentions. Like I get what you're saying. Like I think two things can be true, Steve. Cal Quantrill is absolutely a loser. Like,
All right,
no
found
doubt
it.
in my mind.
I just had to search through like 90 videos of like him saying, go jack off in the fucking parking lot, you dumb fuck. Because I was like, someone had to have asked him about this in the clubhouse. Found the clubhouse video. We're all hearing this for the first time. This is what he had to say.
But Black was mentioning how, you get big outs, you get emotional. Take us through the little interaction.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I recognize we were up by whatever we're up by, but I celebrate when I get important outs. And he took offense to it. Some words were exchanged. It's baseball. We'll all move on.
Did you think, Cal,
classic
did you feel
baseball.
like he was going to get beyond the point it did? I mean, typically in baseball, benches, bullpens, empty, guys come out. You guys were both heated. Stalling gets between the two of you. Did you feel like it was ever going to escalate, or did you think it calmed down pretty quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of teammates around me, so got the emotions in check and move on.
That's it.
It's the
Not a
Alex
big
Manoah
out,
thing.
dude. It's like 8-3 or 8-0. Whatever.
I don't give a fuck if you want to scream. Just don't scream at Reese McGuire. It's like when Alek Manoah was screaming at Bobby Dalbec and Franchi Cordero. It's like, fine, go scream at your dugout. You want to get fired up with them? I don't give a fuck. It's 8-2. Go have fun. Poverty franchise. That's it. Poverty franchise behavior. But the fact that you're like going up the lines, looking at him to try and get into some kind of interaction, that's the fucking lame part. And the other thing I do love, Jarren Duran, who just sees red in these moments, and it's like, holy fuck, this guy is going to kill someone. He's getting pulled to the dugout and still trying to go after Quantrill. Like, I respect the hell out of it. And next time there's a real brawl for the Red Sox, you know he's going to be like at the bottom of the pile, which is scary, but I respect the hell out of it.
But he probably will be. Yeah. Coley, what were you saying, Coley?
I don't know. Steve?
You were saying that two things can be true at the same time.
Oh, yeah, no, he fucking sucks. But he also, like, it's just, you gotta tip your cap, very funny thing to bring up out of nowhere. Like, I just, for no reason, be like, hey, you're the guy who jerked off in the parking lot. Like, yeah, that's who he forever will be.
That's why I hated this whole thing, because it's like bully behavior for no reason. Like, you're screaming at Reese and then, like, yelling at him his worst moment ever when he just flew out.
It was
and
an awesome moment until the cop showed up.
Oh, I'm sure he was having fun. And then he's like, this is not good.
Do you think he went to completion?
I don't know.
Because that would suck if you were close and then you heard that tap. Whoop, whoop, on the
He looked pretty
windshield.
calm in the back seat. I will say that. Like, he looked like he had released.
He looked like he released. He looked like he climaxed when he was in the backseat of that Cruiser. Yeah.
It's a rough break when you've been hitting like 130 the last 2.5 months, and then this guy's screaming at you and, you know, kind of cursing you out there. But
and then immediately that story goes reviral, and then people that didn't
people
even
are finding
know
it
that
out for the first time.
Yeah, people didn't even know that it happened are now finding out, being like, he did what?
And this is because he flew out to center in an 8-1 game.
Yeah.
Should have done that, Steve. A double that never happens.
Yeah.
My theory is that if Raffy didn't own Quantrill to the level that he does, none of this even happens. Because I think he's still pissed off that he can't get Devers out.
Yeah. What a
and
ripple
he's like,
effect.
I'm going to get this guy out that sucks. And then, it wasn't a big out. That's such a dumb answer. It was not a big out, dude. It's 8-1.
They're all big outs, Steve.
Yeah, he would say that, by the way. Every out's a big out. Some stupid shit like that. I hate this guy. Stats had a funny line, though, where he's like, we need to find a new villain of Cal Quantrill's, who we all hate so much. That is 100% true. We need someone in the division. We got this dude on the Rockies that I'm like, I can't stand him. But it was just tough night for Reese. Reese has to be, he's probably not going through it. It seems like this stuff must just bounce off of him. He's heard it for 4 years straight.
I guess, but it's kind of just like
the public part of it's tough. Yeah, it's back up again.
You finally think
Pun
it's
intended.
like, it died down, and then it's like, he did what?
Because it really had kind of finally felt like it had died down.
Yeah.
Like that came up a couple, because he was really good not really good, but for what you expect of him, he's overachieved the last couple of years. And now since he's kind of Connor Wong's taken over, we haven't heard his name as much, and we don't hear his name as much. You don't hear about the parking lot as much.
Every time I see him, it's the first thing I think of.
I
Same.
do too, and I hate that it's true.
Yeah.
I want to let this man live, but I see him and I'm like, parking lot.
I can't feel bad. It's so self-inflicted. Like, I've been horny.
But it was one
I'm not afraid
day.
to
It was
that.
a bad day. He had a bad day, and it's
we've all jerked off. We've all done it. We've all done it in a place that had doors, a roof, and windows. He just did it somewhere a little bit smaller, and that was his sin.
When he's not here anymore, too, whether it's a trade or like goes up, there goes the parking lot jerk off guy. Like it's just always gonna. And then whoever gets him,
that fan base is gonna be like, he did what?
He should just go into porn. Do something like that. Like there's a career you can have there. There's a career you could have. You can do
still good at
OnlyFans.
Baseball.
Well, yeah, I'm talking post career.
Yeah.
43-year-old man jerks off in car. Four views.
I'm not saying I'm the one subscribing, but I bet there's people.
It's just Reese being like, hey, check this out. Check this video out.
Just gooning in the
it appeals to like 2 people. They're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for all these years.
Yeah.
Steering wheel's in the way. He's like hitting it on the bottom.
The airbags go off.
Tesla autopilot, baby. Oh, airbag that's extra money. It's like, you're gonna have to pay me big bucks for the airbag.
if you came so hard onto your steering wheel that it exploded the airbag and you just got a cream pie to the face.
That would all happen so fast.
You're painting an
You
entire
wouldn't
scene here,
know what
Coley.
hit him.
You should manage his account, Coley, please.
Blasting, leaning forward, and smash back.
A million
All-
views.
It's just all over the back windshield.
Once you regain consciousness, you're like, why am I so sticky in my face?
So why did I agree to do this?
Yeah.
How did I end up here? I used to play Major League Baseball. This is
Yeah.
what I'm doing now.
Yeah. And scene.
Reese, that was awesome, man. Couldn't ask for a better. Like, that was perfect.
You nailed it, dude.
Red Sox lose 20-7.
Yeah.
Why did he take it, though? Like, if someone says
'Cause he's-
something like that to you,
he's
you have
not
to do
wrong.
something.
Like what?
What was he?
Swing.
People were there pretty quick. People were at them pretty quick.
I'm
not
at least
fighting.
I'm throwing something.
No, you're not.
In that spot, you got cooked the worst way imaginable. At least if you swing
gotta
out,
wear
people
it.
will respect
You
it.
just gotta
I
wear
don't
it.
know,
You
man.
gotta wear it.
The most obvious stuff ever is not like getting cooked to me. I know by the letter of the law it is, but I saw that and I was immediately like, oh great, Twitter's gonna do its thing.
I mean,
I
think
can
about
acknowledge it's like it's at its core, it's funny. Like you're yelling at a dude that moment, that's absurd. That's such a 2024 like sports moment. Like that just would not happen in another time. But yeah.
I think you're hung up on who said it because we agree that guy.
I do hate
sucks.
him. Yeah, I know.
If,
I
like-
am hung up on that. If it's someone else, then I'm probably laughing.
If
Yeah.
Yamamoto said it, we'd be like, that's so fucking funny.
It would be the funniest moment ever.
He brought out his translator to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, tell him.
That guy. Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah, him. Yeah, get him.
No, that is true. I am definitely hung up on the fact it's Cal Quantrill. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
you sucked it. But, damn, Reese.
Tough game today for the Bulls.
Tough.
And why was he the pinch hitter in the first game, by the way?
Oh my God. Why didn't he put the bunt down?
Because he's fucking Reese McGuire.
That was one of the craziest situations I've ever seen.
Hey, he fucking hit a rocket to second base.
Put
He
the
did.
fucking bunt down.
He hit the ball hard. You don't fucking bunt there. What are you talking about?
Second and
I'm
third,
fine,
one
I'm fine
out.
with the bunt. I'm
No,
fine.
no,
Please.
I've audibly said, like, just please no double play and then bang,
Swing away.
double play.
Immediately.
Swing.
He hit it hard, but it's a double play. I mean, it's
Swing,
not-
Reese. Swing.
Massa got shot in the kneecap, and you just wasted that opportunity.
That's happened a couple times now. I think in the other extra inning one, it was Willier getting hit first and second, no outs, and they still got nothing out of that one.
We got what? One more show after this until the trade deadline? Trade deadline's on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yep.
So we got the Sunday Yankees pod.
Mhm.
That's gonna be something. Cool.
Am I the only one who misses the second trade deadline? That was
Yeah,
such a nice, fun bonus every year.
It was August 1st.
they would make the regular trade deadline seem like if
August
you,
31st.
It was the end of August.
Yeah, it was super late. But
That's
they
when
were
the
like,
Astros got Verlander, right?
Yep.
sounds right.
That was the last year.
Yeah.
But it was like they would make it seem like the actual if you called at 3:01 to get your trade in, Bud Selig was going to come to your house and shoot you in the face. Like, don't dare. But like 6 weeks later, you could still do this trade. Like, you could just do it then.
But you
That
had
was
to
crazy.
be on a roster by September 1st, or else you weren't postseason eligible.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Baker, Carl Crawford trade was after
Nick
the trade
Punto.
deadline.
Nick
Nick Punto was in there.
Punto.
The Nick Punto trade. Yep. That was after the trade deadline.
Were all 4 put on waivers?
Yes, they all cleared
That's
waivers
wild.
at the same time. So, but they all got claimed by the Dodgers. They didn't clear.
Right, they had to. I think they probably talked about it ahead of time, if we're being honest.
Yeah, so they all got claimed by the Dodgers, and everyone was like, "This is weird. What's going on?" Boom, trade. James Loney time. James Loney, Alan Webster, and Ruby De La Russa, spelled Rubby but pronounced Ruby.
Pedro Jr.
Pedro Jr., man.
As dubbed by Pedro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro Jr. number
I've
38.
thought every time he says it, I'm like, I agree. Who am I to tell Pedro he's wrong? We got another one.
We got another Pedro.
Ruby
Jr.
might have been the best of them. Now that we're talking about it, he had some starts, not a ton, but he had a couple starts.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Great
it
guy,
when?
too.
Was it 2012 when the Red Sox put a claim in on Joe Mauer, or they were like going to, and then they just couldn't, like, they ended up pulling him back, and nothing ended up happening. But like Peter Gammons like dropped the nugget or something like that. Does that sound familiar?
No.
Making that up?
Yes.
No.
Maybe.
I feel
Someone
like
will
Manny
remember
was
it.
on that thing every fucking
Yeah.
year.
He
He
was.
was.
He was. They were
It
just
was
pulling back.
terrifying every time, too. I was like, please don't trade Manny.
Every year it was like, is this going to be the year we trade for Irvin Santana?
Oh, man. David DeJesus, is this the time?
Well, Manny Ramirez for Irvin Santana. Straight up.
Theo walked around with a hard-on for DeJesus and never got him to Boston. I think it was his second move when he got to Chicago. He was like, finally, I can get me some DeJesus.
I found it. It did happen. I'm not crazy.
So that was it 12?
Yeah, it was 2012. It was right after the Dodgers trade, actually, when they
Guys
got all that
just,
financial flexibility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like,
like-
we'll take Joe Mauer, no problem.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. It was basically they would put players on waivers just to gauge the interest in them.
Right. Was it revocable waivers? Is that what they called it?
Yes. Yes. So if they cleared waivers, if they were claimed by another team, you could just pull them back. And if
Yep.
they cleared waivers, then you could trade them to any team.
But there was a
So it's
window
kinda-
on it, right?
It was until the end of August.
I thought it was even like if you did August 1st, for example, you had like 48 hours.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so like after the trade deadline on July 31st. So that was the irrevocable.
Yeah.
And then they had revocable. So after July 31st, you could put your players on waivers, and most teams would put their highest paid guys on waivers just to see if a team would claim them, just to see what the interest was, or have them pass through waivers. And now they're still eligible to be traded. But if a team put in a claim, pull them back, they're just eligible to be traded after the trade deadline. So Manny would get put on waivers every single year. Every year. He didn't give a shit.
He had no idea what was happening.
No. He was like, trade me to the Paw Sox, dude. You guys could get a monster return for me. Think about the future. Think about what I could bring back for the Boston Red Sox organization if you trade me to the Paw Sox today.
Ahead of his time.
Mm-hmm. Thought outside the box. Hey, we're going to the game on Friday, Steve.
Hell yeah, very excited.
Jake's coming too.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike
coming.
Eamon.
Let's go, Mikey.
All 4 of us.
Love you, Mike.
Why do you keep muting over there, Steve? What's going on?
I'm coughing. I'm trying to get. I
Oh,
guess
you coughing?
Mhm.
Tyler get you sick?
No. Somehow no. Somehow
okay,
no. We
Steve.
were making out and everything, and I didn't get sick.
How do you know?
It's more just something's. I got something stuck in my throat. I don't know.
You were
Mm.
smoking before the show, weren't you?
No,
Is the
that's
throat
only
a little
before
raw,
tied in the eighth.
Steve?
It's only before tied in the 8th. Come on.
Are you sure? He didn't get you sick?
I'm sure.
I didn't get anybody
I would,
sick.
I would throw Tyler under the bus. Yeah, absolutely. But no, he did not get me sick.
Feels too soon to know for sure.
I feel confident. I'm not sick, so
I haven't seen you guys in a week.
And that
Sure.
takes a little time to develop. But we're going to Fenway this weekend on Friday, where I can't wait to see my manager, Alex Cora.
You
For
linking
the
up?
first time this year. I didn't get to see
Yeah.
him on opening day. He was busy. That Friday, I don't even fucking remember going on the field. I don't even know if I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I only remember going on the field for opening day, Savannah Bananas, and what else? I think that's it.
Think that's it?
Oh, Kane Brown.
Been a while. Kane Brown, of course.
But Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace for Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. The prices on Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Where are we going to sit, Steve? You like to
That's
roam
always
around.
a problem. I like walking around. You don't like doing that.
I hate it.
Well, you like going to the what? It's the Aura Club now. The amount of times that we've over the years sat up there and you not watched the game like we've watched on TV, I'm like, we should just be at home, right?
No, because they got ice cream.
They do.
I don't have an ice cream machine at my house.
That is true. I like
Yeah,
getting
so
swirls.
Where do you
And
like?
Ruth is there. Ruth is
Ruth
the
is
best.
there. Shout out to Ruth, Allie, Nicole, Tommy, Darren,
Bobby, Joey, everybody.
the
you
whole
know?
gang. The
Yep.
whole gang. Pam, who
Teddy's
listens to
there.
the podcast. Pam
Mhm.
listens to the podcast. She always asks about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
John, my guy.
Johnny.
John. Yeah, everyone works up there. Those are my friends.
Of course. Absolutely.
And you like to go where?
I like to just walk around.
Yeah, you just like to walk
Pav
around.
4 was the spot. Like up in Pav 4, it's a good view of the park.
Yeah, it's definitely
I
way
haven't been
better
up there.
than right
I was up
behind
there a
home
lot
plate.
last couple
Yeah.
of seasons. Well, behind home plate, but you don't have a seat though. Well,
I do
know
have a seat.
sometimes. No, but you don't always sit in it. Is my point.
I don't
You
always
like-
sit. See. I don't always sit in it because it's cold. If it's cold, I go inside and I have a little hot chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not gonna be cold on July 26th.
Right. So then let's sit up. Let's sit in the seats.
All right, let's do it.
I'll sit outside with you,
All right, let's sit outside together.
with Jake
And Mike.
and Emond.
Mhm.
Not Tyler though, because he doesn't want to go to any games.
No.
Fuck you. Fuck you for that.
hang out with Martha. I love Martha. I want to hang out with.
You know what?
What?
Coley listens to what I say. Coley, what do I do on Friday nights?
I love Martha.
Like after the baseball hour, or are you talking about the baseball hour?
The baseball hour. Boom.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah,
Coley.
yeah,
Someone
from
who
6 to
listens.
7. That's definitely runs right over the Red Sox game.
I'm not going to get there till like 8.
That's not true.
I got to park. I got to walk.
Oh, that's at least an hour.
That's a couple hours right
Yeah,
there.
crazy.
Any Saturday, I'll be there. And I'm seeing you guys on Sunday.
Well, I mean, this Saturday would have been because it's
Yeah,
a
night
it's
game.
Fox. Yep. And Sunday's
true.
Sunday Night Baseball. Yeah. Anyways, Tyler, save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Save even more when you choose a section and you let Game Time choose the seats for you. They've got all-in pricing. Toggle this feature, and it'll show you the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. They've got the lowest price guarantee. Your Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I was telling you guys earlier like this. Like my weeks now are the middle of them are just a gauntlet. Tuesday night doing the alt cast. Go straight to bed, wake up. Baseball is dead. Baseball hour, section 10. Go to bed, wake up, do baseball is dead. It's just like a continuation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows, and my voice is just wearing it. Like I sound like I've been smoking a pack of cigs for 20 years right now. Got to drink that tea. You got to drink that tea. You ever drink a little tea, Tyler, to warm up your vocal cords?
I'm actually a major tea guy. I'm more tea than coffee.
I could see that. Yeah,
Go ahead,
tea's a
tea.
great choice. You drank tea, Steve?
No. No, whoa. That's not a suspension.
I don't think you set
What
that
was
line.
that?
You guys ever hear a salada?
I don't drink tea, but I respect those who do.
You respect me?
Mm-hmm.
Suspension.
Yeah, I don't deserve to be respected. I don't deserve that shit. Don't deserve that shit at all. Any other takeaways from this Rocky series? This very forgettable Rocky series?
5 out of 6 since Tyler shattered his sign.
Did you fix it, Tyler? What did you fix it with? Wood glue, or are you just
not
propping it
fixed.
up? It's not fixed?
That's
propped
tape.
up.
Show me. Show me.
It's tape.
It's not tape. It's
I
like
see it.
separate.
Let me see it.
With
You
the
lying
tape?
to me? You lying?
No.
Pick it up.
He's gonna get tossed. Look at what he's doing.
Pick it up just from the top. Pick it up with one hand. Pick it up with one hand.
You don't want me to do that.
Pick it up with one hand. Pick it up.
Sir, release your bottom hand, sir.
Sir. Sir.
Ah.
Let go of the sign, sir. Step
yeah,
away from the
nah.
sign, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. That thing is still broken. Still broken. Can't have it. Ever since he broke the sign, Red Sox are 1-5 in the second half. Prior to that, best
He just
record in
broke it
baseball.
more.
Oh, easy. Don't make it worse.
Yeah, don't make it worse, dude.
This is
it's an
fixable
easy fix
as
if
it
you
is
can-
right now.
Yeah. It's as broken as it's ever gonna be. Unless you make the wrong move. Then we've got problems.
I'm having urges, but I'm not going to.
Don't
I
do
spoke
it.
with Matt. I'm going to be going
Okay.
to his house, and he's going to rebuild it with me.
You're going to his house?
Yeah. We were going to
Where
do
does he
Sunday.
live?
I don't know.
Where
He's
does he
going to send me the address. We were
What ocean
texting
is,
about it.
is closest to him?
AO. Atlantic.
Okay. Ayo. Ayo.
You know, for
AO.
for-
Has
for-
anyone ever called the
for
Atlantic
how
Ocean?
old the Atlantic Ocean is, to be the first person to call it the AO is unbelievable.
No one's ever said the AO. for the
Unbelievable history happening here tonight.
The AO, dude. That's where he's
AO. You ever been to the AO?
There's people who refer to it as that.
There are 2 AOs, by the way, so I don't even think you could do that.
What are the others?
The Arctic.
Oh.
No. Which one was discovered first? That's important.
Got to be the AO.
The AO, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The OG AO.
See if we could
The
get away with
first.
playing music, I would play Bryson Stott's walk-up song.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good song.
Hmm.
It's a good song.
All right.
Jake, what are you thinking right now? Not at Jake's takes, but what's going through your head right now?
I just really didn't like the way he aggressively threw the sign down at the end. Like, it
Yeah,
was already a problem, and he's just
Wasn't
being a dick about it.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
upset about the sign.
I'm upset about the sign breaking the real Red Sox. That's what I'm upset
Mhm.
about.
Me too. If it wasn't for the unobstructed views rub, they'd be on 6 because of the sign. But obviously, I have more power than you.
I respect the hell out of that.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You never lied to me before.
I'd never start. I have no reason to. Who do you think would be a good co-host? Oh yeah, by the way, I think we're gonna get more Section 10 on unobstructed views. We've got next week is on the trade deadline, and then after that we'll have 5 shows left. And I was told that you guys can be on at least 3 of those last 5.
Love that.
Coley, you gonna come? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
I don't
great
think we're
news.
getting the cage this year, though.
I don't know if that's true. I think JJ, who's the producer, was literally like researching this at the day after we said we were going to get a cage for you. So I think the cage is going to happen.
I'm ready.
Yeah. I think
Lock
the
me
next
up.
one, I don't know who I'm doing the next one with. I gave them a list of names just because it's the trade deadline. I was like, we need someone who definitely cares about the Red Sox that's going to be like emotionally attached to the team, so that we can react appropriately to the additions or non-additions to this team. And then be able to, talk a little league-wide MLB, So I threw out like a list of names of people, individuals that I think could do that. But yeah, I think for the last 6 episodes, we are going to see some co-hosts that haven't done it before, which will be new and interesting and exciting. But what I can tell you is that we're going to get at least 3 Section 10 appearances towards the end, because I saw the Reddit, people were like, we need more of that, and I agree.
Jimmy Stewart every Tuesday tweeting it.
The realist.
He's right.
What? Where the Section 10 guys?
Right. Every Tuesday he's like, need more Section 10 guys on the Y'allcast.
Mhm.
He's just looking out for us.
Well, I mean, it's true. I think that us together, we bring an element to the alternate broadcast that I think fans are looking for.
It's a fun time.
And we want to give it to them. We want to give it to them. And we're going to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use the promo code Section10 to get 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines, only at Stop and Shop, using the verbal coupon Section10 at the register. It is an off day today. Enjoy your off day. Go outside, touch some grass, eat some ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Red Sox podcasters be doing that.
What does OB do?
Brian Bayo is getting the start. New York Yankees this weekend. And we'll be there. Me, Steven, Jake. Is your birth certificate, does it say Jacob or Jake?
It's got Jake on it.
So you're just straight up Jake. None of that bullshit.
Great Jake.
None of that Jacob
Yeah.
BS.
None of
The
that
straightest
Jacob.
Jake you've ever seen.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
Jake.
Big time Jake.
Yeah, you're just Jake. Yeah. Tyler?
Shout out Jacob, who I went to preschool with, who moved away. He was my first best friend. Hey,
Kid
I
sucks.
don't care about Jacob.
What a tool.
I mean, it's
We
literally, we're
just
talking.
said we hate
Imagine,
Jacobs.
yeah. First of all, we just praised Jake for being just Jake, for having the strength and courage to come out as just Jake. And could you imagine, Coley, if we were about to break down Sox Yanks in 2003 and Tyler was like, well, my friend Jacob in preschool, I have a story to tell about Jacob. I'm going to ask Tyler if Jacob's still alive, and if he's dead, then we're going to cut this. Is he alive?
I don't know what happened to him.
All right. Probably alive.
He told me I'll see you tomorrow, and then he never came back. He
bodied
never
you.
showed up again.
He absolutely smoked you.
He bodied you.
He Reese McGuire.
He never
Is there
moved.
a chance?
He
and
never
what grade
moved at
was
all.
this? This is preschool?
Yeah, preschool, Tinkerbell.
Is there a chance that Jacob was a figment of your imagination and he never really existed?
That's a scary thing you just put out there. But I don't remember anyone else ever talking about Jacob now that you mention it.
All right. Think about it during the preview.
Yeah.
You sound kind of jealous, Steve, that I had this kind of connection with someone.
Of a friend named Jacob in
I mean,
preschool.
yeah, first of all, we don't do Jacob. Second of all, There is no way that Jacob is real. This was something that was made up in your mind as a defense mechanism.
Tyler's ability to bring up stuff that you should know you're going to get tossed for.
Yeah.
Like we're episode 490.
We're almost
We've been
at
back
500.
for a while. I know,
Yeah.
Brock, get ready.
Get ready, Brock.
And when that finger goes up, Ty, I'm like, come on, brother, don't do it. And then you do it.
You did it.
Jacob, if you're listening right now and you've been waiting to
not.
reach out, I'm right
He doesn't
here.
exist. He doesn't exist.
I still
He
love
never
pancakes.
existed. Yeah.
Oh,
You don't know his last name either?
No.
Oh,
That's tough.
yeah. Imagine not knowing one of your best friend's last names.
It's preschool.
I knew all my best friends' names in preschool.
I barely knew how to speak.
Still.
Mhm.
Posada.
Posada.
My brain finally moved on from that.
It's Brian Bayo versus Nestor Cortez. It's Cutter Crawford versus Marcus Stroman, and it's Tanner Houck versus Carlos Rodon. Jake, mark this down as a sweep for me, please. Brian Bayo, he's so good. Oh my God. In July, he's got a 4.44 ERA, which is his best month since April when he had a 3.04. So I'm happy with that. It's a 3.59 FIP, Tyler.
I said this last episode, and it was pissed on. Continue, sir.
Watch your mouth.
You're right.
3.59 FIP. Pretty good. Actually, that's his best FIP in any month. Is July. 4.44 ERA, 3.59 FIP, and a 7.64 opponent OPS. That is the second lowest OPS besides April. Coming off a great outing, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts against the Dodgers. He did get a little bit touched up against the Yankees earlier this year in June. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 Ks, gave up a bomb. The Red Sox are 11-7 when Bayo pitches this year and are 3-1 in July. Nestor Cortez, 4.9, a 3.99 ERA, a 1.16 WHIP, and 8.3 strikeouts per 9. Since June 1st, Nestor Cortez has been exposed as the below-average pitcher that he is. Across 9 starts, he has a 4.99 ERA, a 4.95 FIP, and hitters are slashing 285 with an 8.59 OPS against him. He has allowed 19 home runs this year in 119 innings pitched and has allowed at least 1 home run in 5 straight starts, including 3 in his last outing against the Tampa Bay Rays. His last 2 outings have been real poor against Tampa. 8 2/3, 15 hits, 11 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 Ks, 4 bombs, and he hit a guy. His 4-seam and his cutter have both been awful. 4-seam, 556 slug. The cutter, 375 batting average, 688 slug. And he throws these pitches a combined 66% of the time. He did pitch decent against the Red Sox early this year. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, gave up a bomb. The Red Sox did win that game, though. The Yankees are 7-14 when he pitches and are just 1-7 over his last 8 games. Jake, that is a win. I'm here for the sweep. Cutter Crawford. We got to talk about the home runs with Cutter. He has allowed 7 earned runs in July so far, and 6 of them have come off of solo home runs. He has a 2.52 ERA, a 6.51 OPS, and a 1.64 batting average on balls in play against him in July, despite giving up 6 home runs. It's really just the home runs. That's really all it is. Opponents are 4 for 28 against Cutter in July, except 4 hits and 2 4 hits are 2 doubles and 2 home runs. He pitched quite well against the Yankees in June. That was June 16th. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 9 Ks, 2 bombs, and he beat Stroman in that outing. The Red Sox are 7-13 when he pitches and 3-1 in July. Marcus Stroman, 7-5, a 3.51 ERA, a 1.31 WHIP, a 6.8 strikeouts per 9. He has a fucking 5.13 FIP. No idea how his ERA is still 3.5. This is the worst FIP of his career. He has never even had a season with a FIP over 391 before. Similar to Nestor, he's been trash island since June 1st. 5.05 ERA, 6.31 FIP, 8.41 opponent OPS. The craziest stat is he only has 28 strikeouts in 41 innings during that stretch. The Red Sox touched him up on June 16th, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, only 3 strikeouts. The Yankees are 8-1 on the year when he has 3 strikeouts or less. This game was their only loss. In July, he has thrown his sinker and cutter 50% of the time. Hitters are 12 for 25 with a double and 4 home runs against them. The Yankees are 13-7 when he pitches, but 1-2 in July. Tanner Houck. We're not worried about the Denver start. I mean, as T-Dog pointed out, release points, yada, yada, inflation, elevation.
His horizontal movement
Mountains,
was legit down like
snow,
-4, -5 inches.
You know, the Rockies, Blue Moon, all that stuff.
He's walked more people than he struck out this month, though.
We are worried about the walks. In July, he has had 4 walks, 3 walks, 3 walks in his 3 starts. He had only had 3+ walks in 2 other starts this whole year. That's kind of pre-2024 Houck stuff. The Yankees manufactured a rain delay to get him out of the game early. The only time he faced him this season. So that was 3 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, 4 walks though. That was back on July 5th. The Red Sox are still 9-2 over his last 11 starts and 13-7 overall in the season. Carlos Rodon, 10-7, a 4.42 ERA, 124 WHIP, and a 9.6 strikeouts per 9. Rodon legit only has 2 good seasons in his 10-year career and swindled the Yankees out of so much money. Unlike Nestor and Stroman, he didn't decide to start sucking until June 15th, which just so happens to be when he faced the Red Sox. Since then, 7 starts, a 7.94 ERA, a 5.64 FIP, and a 9.56 opponent OPS. He has the same number of games allowing double-digit hits as he does times getting an out in the 6th inning. The Yankees are 1-6 in these 7 games. This stretch includes a game in which he went 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Against the Red Sox, this was June 15th, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's given up 21 home runs this year, and 16 have been on his 4-seam fastball. The Yankees are somehow 12-9 when he pitches, but they are 1-6 over his last 7. So again, that is Brian Bayo versus Nestor Cortez. That's a 7:10 start on Friday. Cutter Crawford versus Marcus Stroman. That's a 7:15 start on Saturday, as they are on Fox. Tanner Houck versus Carlos Rodon. Sunday Night Baseball, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Prediction time. McMahon.
They do play on a Friday, which has me worried. Definitely has me worried. So I'm going to say 2 out of 3.
Wow. Jake, we need the optimism.
Yeah, this one's got sweep written all over it. I think Cora getting the bag. He's going to be pumped up. We're going to be there. Obviously, the boys on Friday, popping bottles, celebrating with him pregame. Just feels like a great vibes weekend.
I agree with that. That's a great
We're
take.
definitely going to be popping champagne on the field before the game.
Before the game on Friday.
That's a good call, but not Jacob.
Yep. Just Jake. T-Dog.
So, last time we faced the Yankees,
You're muted.
I was...
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Your internet just sucks. Your internet is terrible. It's been terrible all day. After you made fun of my internet, that's called internet karma. Go ahead.
Has it really been that bad all show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But Brian Bayo, obviously the last start against the Yankees wasn't very good, but 2.27 ERA and 35 2/3 innings all time against the Yankees. Cutter shoved it up the Yankees' ass last time. 1.96 ERA against them in 36 innings. Even Tanner Houck, who got killed by that rain delay, as you mentioned, Jared, 2.11 ERA in, 47 total innings. So these are 3 guys that have usually shown up against the Yankees in the past. As we've seen, the Red Sox do kind of have their number this year. They're coming off back-to-back losses, but I think this is kind of a point for the Red Sox. Even though Craig Breslow has said, hey, we're planning to buy, you do need to make a little bit of a statement here so you don't go, completely downhill, avalanche, whatever it may be. You need to pick yourself up. I think this is where you do it. Give me 2 out of 3.
Wow. Steven?
The Red Sox are 4-13 on Fridays this season. That is a 38-124 full season record pace. They would have lost 7 straight Friday games leading up to this Friday if it weren't for Masataka Yoshida hitting that 2-out home run in New York 3 weeks ago. Brian Bayo has a 6.20 ERA at Fenway this year for that Friday game, but Nestor Cortez 0-5 with a 6.04 ERA on the road this year. So something's got to give in that Friday game. My guess would be Yankees win. The Yankees, however, have only won one series since the start of that June 14th series back at Fenway, right around when the Celtics were winning the NBA title. That was 42 days ago. The Red Sox in that span have won 7 series. Yankees, 1 series win. Red Sox, 7. 7 is better than 1. Lastly, that Sunday matchup, I really like it. Houck and Rodon. Rodon, 4 starts this month. 1 earned run, 2 earned run, 3 earned run, 4 earned run. Let's have 5 earned runs on Sunday against the Red Sox, as the lineup typically seems to back Tanner Houck. Hopefully they do it again on Sunday, where the Red Sox are 15-2 this year. Give me 2 out of 3 for the local 9, Jared.
Wow. Since we're going, I really have to pay attention to the weather look ahead because I need to know how to dress. So, Steve, if you would.
What did you predict?
Sweet.
Good stuff, Jerry. Weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. Friday, 7:10 p.m. First pitch at Fenway Park. Mostly sunny, 78 degree. It killed me. 78 degrees, 0% chance of rain, 7-mile-an-hour winds.
Okay.
Saturday, game 2, 7:15 p.m. First pitch. That one is on Fox. Mostly sunny, 77.
Oh!
77 degrees, 0% chance of rain once
again.
9-mile-an-hour winds. We got one more chance. You ready?
Yep.
I don't want to let you down again, but we have one more chance here. Sunday series finale, Sunday Night Baseball, 7:10 p.m. First pitch, partly cloudy, 76 degrees.
Oh! It's going to be 76 degrees for the Sunday Sox? The Sunday Sox are getting a 76-degree start time? Holy shit. Buckle up. Sunday Night Baseball. They don't even know what's coming for. I'm gonna have to like text Carl Ravitch and be like, buddy. Whew. Do you
Whatever
even know?
just happened in Denver today, that's happening on Sunday. This is maybe worse, probably 30-2 Red Sox.
God, that game is gonna be a bloodbath.
Very excited for that. Again, 0% chance of rain. I can't remember a series all year where it's been 3 straight days, 0% chance of rain, 11-mile-an-hour winds. Beautiful weather series at Fenway Park this weekend. And that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeremy throwing out the teaser for the episode.
Oh, it's my favorite thing. What do we got?
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell with Jorge Posada. It's a sign that says "Welcome to Nuttown." It's a map of the world. It says the AO, and then the movie If. Imagination is a girl's best friend, and it's Tyler and is that Grimace?
No, that's the character from If.
Oh, I never saw If, so I don't know.
Like a few months old.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Jeremy. He's always doing it big.
The GOAT.
That promo that he cut of The Shining with Tyler, as the kids say, cinema.
It's so creepy. I don't even like watching it
you
myself. That was me.
Account has gained roughly 1,000 followers today. I can't say how or why, but there's a quick K on the Section 10 out of context account. Section 10 OOC.
The banner for it's very funny.
Very funny. That account like has a chance to eclipse the actual Section 10 account at some point. All right. Final thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, just wanted to fly through a couple of things here.
Sure.
one note on Alex Cora with his new contract. He's likely going to pass Terry Francona on the Red Sox manager's win list.
Wow.
He's 250 wins away right now. My guess would be he's around 220 away by the end of this season. That would only be 73 wins a season to catch Tito on that list. Joe Cronin in first with 13 years managing the team. So
Wasn't he
Player
also a
manager
player
doesn't
coach?
count.
Yeah, he's a
yeah, that
player
doesn't really
manager.
count. So AC would be like the real Red Sox wins manager leader.
How many
which I
wins
think
does Joe
matters.
Cronin have?
It's like 1,000.
1073.
How many does
Yeah.
Alex Cora have?
4
What,
something.
5? Yeah, 4 or 5 something. So I
Also,
look at
Joe
Francona as the
Cronin's-
real record.
Joe
so we
Cronin's
could
dead.
He's
too.
dead, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cora's
just credit to AC.
494.
He'll actually have a chance. Yeah, he's not far from win number 500. Let's hope he gets it before
Imagine.
episode 500.
Actually, I was just gonna say that'd be terrible.
That'd be awful.
I was
That'd
like,
be
yeah,
really
like
bad.
imagine if Cora gets his 500th win on our 500th episode. Like we're like
That's like
weeks
late
away.
August.
Yeah, that'd be
It's gonna be
horrendous.
mid-September. Like, this is so cool that they waited.
Yeah. They went 1-36, but this is fucking sweet though.
This is like, do you guys get how cool this is though? Like,
Yeah.
I know they're now 15 games out on the wild card, but this is awesome, dude. I've seen a lot of negativity on Red Sox Twitter lately. I understand they're 1-5 in their last 6.
Mhm.
If you're out on the Sox now, you got to stay out. All right, this stretch is for the real ones. There's 61 games left in the season to make up one game in the standings. Everybody calm the hell down. The season is not over on July 25th. Real quick shout out to Jarren Duran. He's the first Sox player to start the first 100 games in the season since 1986. That is,
Was that Dwight Evans?
I believe so. I believe that was Dewey.
Wait.
And Buckner, was
Yep,
it Buckner?
I think it was
Bill
Buckner.
It was Buckner.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Dewey, I think, was right before that. Dewey did it. So you get points for that. And then lastly, Jerry, little Stevie Cinemas update. I think I said this on Tied in the 8th, but Fly Me to the Moon was so good. One of the best movies I've seen in theaters in a long
wanna see
time.
that.
So definitely check it out.
How long is it?
It's maybe like 2:10 or something.
That's
But it-
digestible.
The best is when you don't even think of looking at your phone during a movie. Didn't even think about it. Scarlett was incredible. She's the MVP.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Big time. Channing Tatum was great too, so definitely worth a view. You a moon guy? You a moon landing guy?
Yeah.
Okay, check it out.
All right.
What about Scarlett?
I was just saying, I just didn't know which Scarlett you were talking about. Just want to make sure it was Johansson.
Are there other famous Scarlett actresses?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you checked in. It's Johansson.
All right, cool. Coley, final thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. Tyler, final thoughts where Coley is going to chime in on your prospect rant?
People are going to take this as Jamie Westbrook hate, and it's not. I'm putting that out there. Can I just say what I have to say?
Probably not. No.
I have a crush on Nick Sogard, who's at AAA this year, putting together a very solid season. 278, 384, 450, 834 OPS. He's hit 12 homers. Kind of offers you everything you want in a utility player. Shortstop, third base, second base, switch hitter. So, you're getting a little bit the best of both worlds. And maybe by the trade deadline, it doesn't matter if you go get Luis Rengifo or whoever it may be. But I would like to see him get some run at some point, or Chase Mydroth if Nick York's still here. Any of those three guys, they deserve opportunities. If you get past the trade deadline and you didn't move them, I need them coming up to the big leagues and getting a shot. Oh, and Vaughn Grissom started his rehab assignment. I believe he has 1 hit. Needed bats.
Woo!
He's had some weight down there. That's what Alex Cora said. Oh, and
Well,
Justin
He
Slayton.
lost all that weight, remember
Lost
that?
a lot of weight.
Yes. 34 pounds.
40 pounds.
Chris Martin still not throwing. Justin Slayton is throwing, but he will not be back. He was eligible to come off the IL today. So, going to be some time.
All right, you're going to survive that one. I thought that there was going to be slander versus just like support for someone else. Jake's takes?
Just keep your head up, Reese. I'm sure this jerk off stuff will blow over the next couple months. definitely won't
At
come
least
up
he
again in
nodded.
this exact same fashion when anything significant happens. But
That's gotta be terrifying. Like, imagine like he hits a walk-off home run. He's gonna be like, "Fuck."
It's gonna be on the MLB account. All the replies are gonna be jerk off guy.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be a
Embrace
nightmare.
it. Stop running from it. Make it
Like,
your own.
he
He's running
just,
from it. I
like-
think he's just existing, and it's
Probably
getting yelled at
sitting.
him.
I think he was sitting. Would be my guess.
He's gotta
Cross home
embrace it.
plate and just
Like, yeah, like when he like has a double, he's just like,
He's for sure on a list. I don't know if he can do that.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's probably true, actually.
It's
maybe
definitely
looking at
true.
that.
Yeah.
He's never escaping it.
Although, was it in Canada? Was he a White Sox then, or was it in a Blue Jay?
Blue Jay.
Ah, so maybe not.
But I think he was in Florida.
Ah, well, that's gotta be legal there.
Oh
Yeah, they don't care
encouraged.
that much.
I feel like that's a part of the story people don't know. I think his name would be clear if people knew it was in Florida.
Yeah.
Let's clear this man's name.
You kind of tried to earlier.
I tried. It didn't really work. Not even trying to clear his name, but it's like, I don't know. I guess kind of have his back, even though I do acknowledge it's like yelling that is funny.
What's
I
work?
just hate Cal Quantrill so much.
Yeah, it stinks, no doubt.
Yeah.
Uh,
Loser yelled a funny thing.
I missed the top of the show. Did we announce what we're doing Sunday?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Are we doing that for sure? No one like responded.
Oh, we all responded.
What?
Yeah, I think we all said yes, right?
Everybody.
Did you, Coley?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone said yes. I'd say we don't announce yet, just based on past history.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I still think
I
it'd be
thought
worth
Coley-
streaming. This is at the end of the show. We can cut this whole thing. That's why I waited till now.
Well, the show's not over. We're still live.
No, I know. But much like something in a recent show, I know we can cut at this stage of the show.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like we're in Nutland earlier, we're in Cutland right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's plan on it. I honestly, I didn't think that Coley responded. T-Dog, are you in?
Yeah, I said him in.
I guess I just didn't read anything that anyone said. Sounds
Jared,
like.
I'm pretty sure you went back and forth with us like during this conversation.
Dog, I've just been battling this gingivitis recently, and it's really been impacting my memory.
I used to suffer from that.
I'm seeing down, definitely down, also down, yep, down.
What did Coley
So-
say?
He said, yeah, I'm down.
I mean, that's the
you
last.
said-
Those are the
you said some
last
other
three words I said.
Those are the last three words. I'm saying those are the most relevant to the situation.
What did I say?
You didn't
You change it
reply
to a
that.
different thing that I will not talk about yet.
Oh yeah, we definitely can't say that yet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a big secret. That's a very exciting secret. We could say that. We have a very exciting secret.
Oh, it's huge.
Oh.
Genuinely, it is huge.
Yeah, no jokes. Enormous.
The biggest?
It's in the running for the biggest.
Except for the parade when me and Coley got to be in the parade.
We can cut all this, Jake.
It's on.
You think it's big? It's not bigger.
No, no, no,
It's
no,
not
I
bigger.
wasn't going to say that, dick face. I was going to say it's on par.
Don't touch that button.
You
Jared.
tried to put
Do not
words
touch
in my
that button.
mouth. That's
Could this be the first main suspension?
What did I
Doesn't
do?
look like it.
I don't have a dick on my face. Take that back.
At the moment.
Yeah, so that was inaccurate what you just said. You don't have to apologize, but say it wasn't true.
for the podcast listener.
For the listeners. If they're not looking at this, they're like, wow, he's got a dick on his face?
For the
I don't have a
listeners,
dick on my face. Say it.
Jared allegedly does not have a dick on his face at the moment. For the listeners.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah,
Fine.
at this point in time.
I don't have one on my face.
No.
Big news.
Huge. I think it's on par. I think par is correct.
You think it's on par with
It's pretty
the
fucking
parade?
Like if we're this size show
It's more inclusive.
and then like I don't that
More
level size
inclusive.
show. It's closer to that size show, you know?
It's
Is it
definitely
bad
more
that we
inclusive.
said that?
We might have to cut all of it.
That's
Right?
I mean, only now that you said that,
Yeah, it was fine until Tyler said it.
Yeah, Tyler blew it.
completely fine.
We're just adding a bunch of edits for Jake at the end of the show.
Cut that out, Jake.
Cut the whole thing. I don't care.
Yeah, that's my final thought. That's my final thought is and I am fucking pumped for this. Jake is Jake's like, I just
Look
want to
on
go to
Jake-
bed, dude.
The look on Jake's face right there. Well, obviously that's not gonna fly.
Another one.
You have to bleep his mouth. He didn't cover his mouth.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
And then Sunday is
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Perfect.
you guys are treating him like a real Jacob right now. He doesn't deserve this.
No, I know.
I know.
This
It's
is
not.
Like,
It's
this could be
it's-
one clean cut. This
Yeah,
could just
this
be
is
all.
not. This is not a troll Jake thing. This is
No, I know.
you know
I'm
we're
well aware.
we're teasing the audience. They're like, wow, there's more than one big thing that's gonna happen. Like it's
At least two.
that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Crazy. What should Jake play instead of like because people are gonna get annoyed by that many bleeps? What should Jake play on the bleep part?
Like different like circus noises, like honks and like whistles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a clown nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Wonk wonk. Oh god. Like that. All that. Classics.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
5 minutes.
Play the hits. Play the hits.
I can't believe you don't think it's on par or even close.
I guess I gotta live it first, and then
I think even the opportunity is crazy.
the opportunity
wild.
is incredible. But I mean, the parade was just. I mean, you were there, Steve. Were you there?
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Where were you positioned?
Where was I? I don't even remember. I blocked out so much of that
Did
day.
we make eye contact? I feel like I saw you. No.
I don't think we made contact. You guys were on the other side.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to make content out of it, but then I was like, I couldn't even. I barely even saw him. I couldn't even do like a thing, like flipping him off or something. Like that didn't even...
Threw a Molotov cocktail at him.
Yeah, you guys are on like the other side, like drinking with Devers. I'm like, this sucks even more. I can't even get a video out of this. I just had to see him, and they didn't see me. Like, this is my least favorite day ever.
This is the worst championship parade of my life.
Yeah, I mean, it is exactly the Squidward meme. Like, it could not be more. It is like a direct copy of the Squidward meme. You guys are having so much fun, and I'm not.
Never had more fun in my life. But Steve.
Yeah.
This.
What if
this,
they win the World Series this year, huh? What if that happens?
I mean that. Yeah. I mean then we would have quite the October, but we're also gonna have a hell of a
September.
July and September too.
August is in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So be on the lookout for a couple announcements, I guess.
I mean, all things considered, on Nesson, like have your own broadcast, and these two fucking things. That's a crazy season.
Yeah, I feel like I could just die after this year. I've done it all. After these next two things, that's it. Oh, no, excuse me. In August, we have to throw out the first pitch at the Woo Sox game. They invited us. We need to pick a night in August to do that.
It is true.
Yeah, I need to collect my Infinity Stones. I'm waiting to do. I have a spot on the wall where I'm gonna print out like 8x10s of like all the first pitches and then frame it up with all the first pitch baseballs. And it's like single A, double A, triple A, Cape League, big leagues, and then frame up all the moments. But triple A hasn't happened yet. It's the Woo Sox, and they invited us, and they're probably sitting there being like, "Hello, like we fucking invited you guys out. Like, are you gonna pick a date? Are you not excited about this?" I'm actually very excited about that. So we need to tomorrow morning, Jake, remind me. We need to pick a date for the Woo Sox and make that happen. We were kind of like, it was like pre-Coley baby. So we were kind of just like,
baby.
Yeah, we were like, we need to figure
101,
out,
baby.
So we'll figure out the Woo Sox night, because that'll be fun too. So it's really 3 announcements. It'll be Woo Sox night. It'll be That's going to be fun. A lot of fun. Big year for the 10. First year back. Big year for the 10. All right. Go Sox. Go Alex Cora. Boo Yankees. And we'll see ya on Monday. Bye-bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.